Howdy, everybody. I'm Super Sheriff Duke, and I'm joined by.
Fire Safety Officer Urbosa.
And this is
Freedom's
Freedom's
Finest.
Finest. Go.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's pretty okay.
Yeah.
Just, just killing time.
Killing time?
Killing time.
Killing the enemies of democracy?
Exactly.
That's what I like to hear.
Uh,
So, we arrive at this time of recording, December 30th, 2025.
yes.
We are at the end of the year.
A little recording a little later than we should, but that's fine.
Because finals really
Because
be like that.
finals, yeah, exactly. So we're doing a special episode of recapping the entire year two of Helldivers.
Indeed.
Sort of year two. It's like
Mostly year
yeah.
two. We're starting a little early, though. We're starting back in December.
Mhm.
And I think that's a good time to do that because December is when we got the Illumina dropping.
Yes.
And that's a lot to just skip over to not talk about,
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
like I feel like probably the most impactful major update that they made.
In all of Helldivers? Ever?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I
More
feel
than the 60-day plan.
well, I mean, I think from like an outside perspective, because I remember people I knew that didn't play Helldivers were also excited. Like
That's true.
they didn't even like they don't even own the game, but when because they were like interested in like the ARG of like, oh shoot, the Illuminate, the hints and whatever.
Yeah. Helldivers does have a fascinating ability to whip up excitement
Mm-hmm.
for even outside of like the Helldivers immediate community.
It's very good for that. Like I do tell people about the like conspiracy theories and that one social media post person, forgot what they're called.
Major Truth.
Major
Yeah,
Truth, yeah.
we'll talk about Major Truth. Don't you worry. But yeah, dear listeners, we have a little wrap up planned for us. We've gathered some major events over the last year that we want to highlight and reflect on and just talk about Helldivers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very.
Well then. Oh, I'm sorry?
No, yeah, I was
So true, bestie,
so
so
true.
true. Well then, let's get started then, shall we?
Yes.
All right. At the top of our list, we have December 2024. Defend Calypso from the Illuminate was the major order issued in December 2024. The major order because there was practically nothing else going on that compared to it. Like
Yeah.
you were saying that it's like the most impactful thing that happened in Helldivers. Why don't you start with it?
Uh, the Illuminate dropping was really interesting because one like it was a shadow drop almost like
Mm-hmm.
they put out like the trailer and said now available, and that's when they
Yeah.
added vehicles, and that's what
Yeah.
I've been clamoring for now 2 years.
And we're getting there.
Yeah, they did confirm, like, and the dev talks they did recently that more vehicles are coming.
Yes.
But I fucking love the car. I wish I had more excuses to use it.
Yes.
But it's just no one else is prepared for the responsibility of being a passenger in the car.
It's a lot to ask out of your fellow Helldiver.
Is it? Oh, it's a lot to trust your driver.
Yes. Yes.
I'm the best driver. There's no one better than me.
That's true.
Uh,
That's true.
you agreed you agreed too hard. I'm suspicious. I think you're lying about that.
I would never.
But I feel like, I mean, the FRV is the first one. I really hope we get more like it.
We did get another one this year that we'll talk about a bit later. Um, but I do think it's definitely on the radar for them. And Pilstead did talk about or touched on it a little bit,
Yeah.
like this is definitely something that they're aware of, and I think it's definitely something that they want to do too,
They have a good foundation for adding more vehicles. Like,
for
I'm
sure.
sure like the programming is there. They just have to make it. I think.
They probably I wouldn't be surprised if there are some already made that they're just waiting for a good moment to
I mean,
release.
they said that there is more coming. Like they,
Yeah.
it's just a matter of when. Um, what
But
about?
let's talk about the Illuminate though, like the actual
Yes,
faction,
yes.
you know?
Uh,
I do think it was really cool how they got introduced for sure. Like
mhm.
at the Game Awards, John Helldiver was there and just releasing it like that out of nowhere, right? That was very, very cool. How do
uh,
you think the faction arrived though?
I think they were a little underbaked when they
Mm,
came out. Uh, I think even still now, I feel like they're missing a lot of enemy variety.
hmm
Um, what about what you thought?
That's my same thought really. Like I feel like they fighting the Illuminate to me has yet to feel like there are moments where there's like a dynamism to the fight
Mm,
because it's just like you kind of know all the enemies that will spawn because there's only so many,
yeah.
right? And actually, now that I think about it, it doesn't super help that outside of the Stingray,
Mm-hmm.
most of the enemies are rather slow approaching.
Yes. Um,
And so there's just like, it feels like there's not a whole lot going on.
I I enjoy them for the fact that like they almost like I think the vibe they're trying to go for is that like the everything that isn't the flesh mobs or I mean flesh mobs are added later, but anything
Mm-hmm.
that isn't the vote lists are kind of like equals to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I do enjoy fighting the overseers.
Mm-hmm.
I think they make like an interesting enemy. I think them having like their own versions of artillery, and like I mean more than just the like the bots have like artillery, but the like the stingray wasn't added till like way later.
Yeah.
But just like as a general, their emphasis is that they are like they're troopers that are they're like elites from Halo. You know, you kind of have to respect them.
Yeah, that is true. And I suppose if you took the rest of the Covenant fleet out of Halo, Halo would be a lot slower too.
Yeah,
You know, like the elites are there, they feel tough, but that's
if it was
because they're present with so much.
if it was just elites and grunts, it would not be the same.
Yeah.
Like
But now
it's
we have more though. We have like the walkers.
yeah.
We have other stuff, but I don't know, it just feels
Mm-hmm.
still feels a little slower.
Yeah, I think they're definitely intended to be a little slower since it's a more of like a equal quote unquote fight kind
Mm-hmm.
of that they're kind of going for, and like the vote lists are just like the fodder to keep you
Mm-hmm.
busy. Which honestly, I feel like those are like the real threat of the Illuminate because I feel like I've died more to like being surrounded by vote lists than I have uh, anything else.
That's fair. That's
Um,
fair.
what about the Warbond that came out with it?
Killzone Warbond. Or it wasn't a Warbond yet.
It was a weird cross. They didn't really
Yes.
know what they wanted to do with crossover stuff.
Yes. And so it did not arrive as a Warbond. But actually, do you want to leave that for later when we
Yeah.
revisit this December?
Yes.
Okay.
We should talk about
But
the real Warbond.
yes. Oh, yes, you're so right. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Urban Legends.
Yes, I forgot there was a lot that
Yeah,
was announced that day, and I think Urban Legends came out a couple days after, right?
I believe so. I remember I was like, it was like 2 a.m. or something,
Yeah,
and I was like, you need to look right now
yeah,
at the trailer.
yeah. That war bond, I still think is one of the best war bonds in the game.
It definitely has one of the best armor perks they ever
Yes.
made.
The I would agree. A lot of the like the value of it is in the armor
Mhm.
perk, but I do think though, excuse me, the anti-tank emplacement is kind of really underrated.
Oh, for sure. Like just being able to have this. I'm kind of surprised it hasn't been nerfed, to be honest, because
Yeah.
it just kind of blows up everything that the bots can do. Honestly, anything. The only thing that's like fairly situational is the bugs, because I think the real threat of the bugs are things that are on the ground.
Mm, yeah, that's true. But if you do have like a teammate bait out horde or reinforcement or a bug breach or whatever, you can pretty much get a safe pocket for you to just shoot everything down with the anti-tank emplacement, whether that's not even like the bile, of course the bile chargers and the bile
Mm-hmm.
or bile chargers, the chargers and the bile titans and the impalers,
Yeah.
but you can also take on some of the like the tougher but like smaller units, like the commanders, right?
Yeah.
It's very just very very versatile, you know?
Like the only drawback it has is that it's fire slow and against bugs
Yeah.
that can get you. Like it's still definitely strong. I
Hmm.
just think there are probably better options than it
I agree. Oh, I agree.
against the bugs. But like against Illuminate or bots, it's absolutely like up there, top.
Absolutely, yeah. And it is a testament to its strength that even if you bring it against the bugs, even if you bring it against the worst faction that it performs
Mm-hmm.
against, the fact that it can still do a lot for you shows like
Yeah.
how good it is, you know?
Um, absolutely great for hunting. I mean, this was added way later, but
Mhm.
to call hive lords,
Yes.
assuming you don't get squished.
You like the emplacement for Hive Lords, really?
Yes,
That's
they
interesting. How
usually
do you?
don't last long,
But it's a
but
glorious few
but if
seconds.
yes, but if you can do it, you break that armor really quick.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try that sometime.
If the hive lords come back, or the what's it, high worlds,
Oh, definitely. It's just a matter of time.
yeah.
But we did get one other important thing with Urban
Mhm.
Legends.
That
That
is
was our first set of melee weapons.
yes.
Yes.
I am a melee believer, and then I take it out, and then I die.
Yes.
I
That is.
I feel like the melee weapons don't have enough range that they should. I always
Lance is
feel
pretty good, I
oh
feel like.
the lance is great, but I feel like everything else just kind of like every time I feel like I'm hitting something or like I'm going to hit something, I just don't.
Yeah.
Um,
I definitely feel like melee, like the actual feedback on whether or not you hit or missed could be improved. Like maybe honestly, some screen shake or some sound cue because it feels like you're kind of just stabbing the air
yeah,
sometimes.
and even then, like just the like the flag. Uh, it is a melee weapon,
Yeah,
but the range on it is actually still the normal range of a spear, not the actual model.
I see.
And that one is a pretty big one, but like also like the machete also has
Yeah.
that problem where I feel like I should be hitting something and then I don't.
It is cool that they offer this like niche
Mm-hmm.
of melee weapons, and I think I would like it to stay a niche.
Yes.
but I do think they could give it a little bit more quality of life and a little bit more attention, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was pretty cool when melee weapons were like they dealt damage through the entire body as opposed to just the first part that touches them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Although I am not sure, but I think the machete might still do that, maybe.
I'm not entirely sure.
But before, all base melee weapons could do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that type of uniqueness to it, I feel like, is a very good
Mm-hmm.
interaction to like say like, hey, there is this playstyle that's in a lot of situations just straight up worse, but
But it is fun.
you can do some yeah, you can do some fun stuff with it, and
I
hopefully in the future they can take a
I
look at that.
feel like they should do more. Like I do like that they do a lot of limb damage.
Mhm.
Like with the new chainsaw, if you have the melee perk, going up to a bot like the Devastator and just cutting them in half in one clean hit is super fucking satisfying.
Mhm.
Like
That is
if you aim for their torso, you just slice through them,
yeah,
and it's very
that is cool.
satisfying. Except if you're using it against bots, you just die.
Yeah,
um,
that's fair.
anyway, we'll get to the chainsaw more later.
But yeah, the definitely the biggest thing in December was the Illuminate, and I think we can both agree that the Illuminate it was very cool the way that they're dropped, but they still need a little bit of time in the oven.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
think once the novelty wore off, of like, whoa, the Illuminate are here, then it started to like show that like maybe
they need a little more
maybe I'll
sauce.
maybe I'll come back to the Illuminate in the
Yeah.
future. Yeah.
How about January? We're on December for a while.
Yeah. January, not a whole lot of stuff, but we do have one thing that has persisted till today
Mm-hmm.
that we've haven't seen how it might eventually shake out. But what it is was we got the major order facilitate construction of the Center for Citizen Surveillance and Safety. That was the start of our dissident plot that
Mm-hmm.
is ongoing at the
Yeah.
moment. And yeah, that's the first beat of it right there.
Not the Patriot Act.
No, no. But we did, though, just make sure, that we only have true patriots
True.
in Super Earth.
Exactly. Exactly.
Do you have any like a wish list for the dissident plot? What would you like to see out of it?
The only like this is a pipe dream because I don't think it'll ever happen.
Hmm.
But like a fourth faction of like
Dissidents.
dissidents, yeah. But I don't think it'll ever happen. Um, like
It
they,
would
they
be really cruel. Oh, cruel. Sorry. Sorry.
wow, expressing sympathy for dissidents.
True, true. Hey, this is an out of canon episode. We are
Yeah, that's
reviewing
true. That's true.
reviewing the year.
Yeah. I just don't think they want to do that.
I don't think they would have an entire faction,
Mm-hmm.
but I think I could see dissidents assisting the enemies. So like how they're the SDAF units?
Mm-hmm.
Some version of that who go over to help the other factions, and we
That
have to
would be
fight
cool.
those.
Oh yeah, it's
They would
like a side objective kind of thing.
not even a side objective, but just they'll just show up in the enemy
Mm.
patrols, and like they'll just be on the field fighting you. You know,
Yeah,
I do think, like you said, that is a far reach, but maybe.
maybe.
It's hard to say if this is like totally a narrative beat or if it's like something more, because it has kept coming up,
Yeah, it came up
you know?
very recently too.
Yes. And there have been other moments throughout the year where it's come up to. Actually, our very last, our most recent major order
Yeah,
featured the dissidents too, but we'll get to that. But yeah, not too much in January. Shall we move on to February?
yeah.
Okay.
This is when a lot of stuff happens.
Yes, yes. This year was very front-loaded.
Yes.
Yeah. But in February 2025, we had the Stop Illuminate from Gathering Dark Energy.
Uh,
Major order.
we did not do
No,
that.
no, we did not.
um, and it led to, I think, one of the coolest moments I've ever had playing a video game.
That is true. That is true. From failure, we succeeded.
Um, well, not not the failure we succeeded. I mean, like, so try to stop the Illuminate from gathering dark energy,
Hmm.
um, but we failed, and like we were fighting on Angel's Venture like a week before.
Mm.
Me and
Yeah.
you, like, it was, I think it was like the bug major order to gather resources for the center of civilian surveillance.
Okay, that's cool.
And then like a week later, it was gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was like a really pretty planet too. It was like the like forest, not the jungle, but like a plains with forest and pretty fall
Yeah.
colors. And then oops,
Just to recap though, so our viewers,
yes,
excuse me, our listeners still know. So the Illuminate Dark Energy thing, that was the Meridian Singularity, and for an extended recap, that was one of the like earliest major orders in the game, or not major orders, but like updates to the game where they added something new. We
yep,
got a new mission type where we basically had this experimental pesticide that we wanted to pump an entire planet full of.
oops,
Very big mistake.
oops.
Not a very fun mission either in retrospect.
No, that was before the 60-day update, and there would be three Bile Titans at
Not
once.
even, I'm talking about like how you could. So the objective was you needed to defend this pylon.
Yep.
Oh no, actually, even before that, you needed to do this. How do you explain it? You know, like there's the nuke bug hole
Yeah.
objective. It was like that, where you are going up to some terminal and you're activating it and drilling something into the earth.
Mhm.
There was that mission type. That one was okay. But the later one was a mission type where you had to defend this pylon and it had like all these batteries around it that were exposed.
Yep.
Your job was to prevent the bugs from reaching it. Now, the problem was is that like everything in Helldivers, there was friendly fire.
Yep.
But when you're fighting the bugs, they tend to surround you pretty fast,
Yeah.
right? And it's also important to remember that at this point we did not have many of the solutions you could have. We didn't have gas.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have like the crossbow or the flamethrower, or not the flamethrower, the eruptor. There was no stunning weapons
Yeah. We
at
had
the
the
time.
orbital gas, but it was the before it got buffed and
Yes,
reworked.
at the time it was just like a generic damage.
Yep.
Um, and what makes that even worse was because the pylon
Mm-hmm.
could take that friendly fire.
Yep.
And so you just ended up like killing the pylon like yourself whenever you were trying to defend it because you most stratagems you couldn't use because it has AoE. And like that's a huge problem since the entire Terminated faction is like the AoE faction, right? You
Yeah.
want lots of AoE. And it was just not fun.
No, no. It was definitely a lot. And then three Bile Titans on the objective. You
Yes,
had to use like an entire reserve of recoilless
everything.
shots.
Yeah.
And
It was funny, like where there was a time in the game where running a recoilless and an eat at the same time was
yes.
sometimes mandatory. Not mandatory, but like virtually, mandatory. There was a lot going on. But bring that back to today, though, that mission on Meridia, we would eventually, uh, quote unquote, successfully um, put all the termicide is what it was called into the planet. But oh no, pesticides bad. Who would have guessed?
Yeah.
And the planet would eventually become this black hole, this singularity,
Yeah.
because the pesticide that we used was this energy source that was discovered at the end of the first galactic war from the Illuminate.
Mm.
And it turned out all that, I think it's called dark fluid, right?
Yes.
All that dark fluid we were pumping into the planet ended up opening a portal for the Illuminate to come through. That is not how they arrived in December, but we'll
No.
revisit that portal soon. The point you have to know now, though, is that the portal began to move.
Yes. And it moved towards Angel's Venture.
Yes. And
Oops.
Angel's Venture, unfortunately, is no longer on the galactic map.
Oops. Well, it is on
Yeah.
the galactic map. You can go
Or that's
there,
true.
and you can
Yes.
see what it became.
Yeah. And it is a pretty cool view, like, and
Yes.
to see what it looks like now. Um, but so yes, we were unable to stop the
Mm-hmm.
the crisis, and that was the thing going on with the Illuminate. But we were not just focused on the Illuminate in February. We also had a major order related to the Terminids.
A
It was
mysterious fog appeared on the
yes.
map.
Well, actually, I think the fog appeared way earlier, right?
Oh, yes, yes, but
With
just
the around the time Meridia was destroyed, I think, right?
I think so, or maybe soon
Maybe.
after.
Yeah. But
Um,
it's been there for a while. We
yeah.
just didn't do much with it. But in February, we had the Enter the Gloom major order.
Now we had the
Although I feel like that's kind of a misnomer because it was more like,
scouting.
yeah, get on the side of the gloom.
Yeah,
Maybe like get right up to it. But
just like
still,
peep in. Uh,
yeah,
introduced a new subfaction of
yes.
Terminids, the Gloom Strain.
Predator strain.
No, the Gloom Strain. Remember the Explodey Boys?
You're so right.
The ones that like
Yes.
look kind of creepy and veiny.
Were they called the gloom strain?
I don't think they ever got a name, but anytime the Gloom is like you enter in the Gloom, they're there.
Mm. Spore burst.
Ah,
That's it. Spore burst strain. Yes. So actually, I think they're both present there.
no.
Yeah, no, they were
The
both there.
the Predator strain appeared after this major
Hold
order.
on.
I'm pretty sure.
No, actually, the Predator strain appeared first. The Gloom strain came
Oh, the Predator
later.
strain came from the Gloom,
Yes.
and then
But functionally, though, if you were playing in February, you
yeah,
probably saw both of
you
these.
saw both of
Yeah.
them at the same. Yeah. Um,
And correct me if I'm wrong, was this the first sub faction? Or was it
no, we technically had the Jet Brigade.
like okay.
That was the
Oh,
first
okay.
one.
Okay. That makes sense.
Although
But
they were kind of shitty.
yeah. The Predator strain were definitely like a force to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm.
And it was cool because there were actually like certain enemies wouldn't spawn if you were
Yes.
fighting the Predator strain, like the Stalker.
No.
Or not the Stalker, I mean the
Spewers.
yes.
Yeah.
And the Predator Stalker had very different behavior.
Yes. They had some pretty like outside of like combat, really cool behavior you could notice too.
Yeah.
Um,
But what was really cool was that the Stalker and the Hunters kind of had their their behavior like flipped.
yeah.
The Hunter, which for our listeners, that's the small bug that usually kind of stays on the side of where you are and tries to like swipe you
Yes, those are the ones
from
that
your side.
probably kills you the most.
Yes, yes. It's always the little ones, you
It's
know?
always, they're jumping around and stuff.
Yes. Now, in the Predator strain variant of them, they are the ones that can go invisible, right? They also have much more aggressive tracking.
Yes,
Like the normal hunters are annoying, but the predator hunters are, oh my God.
they like actively seek you out.
Yeah, yeah. But then on the flip side, the predator stalker lost its ability to cloak itself. It also lost its extended range attack with its
No, the
extended melee attack with
Predator
its
Stalker
tongue.
can still go invisible. They just don't do it as often.
They don't do it in combat, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
uh,
Yeah.
I think they do it like to get up to you, but I don't think they like cloak and run away.
No, no, no. The predator stalkers, they don't cloak at all once they're fighting you.
Oh,
They
I'm
will, yeah.
saying they don't cloak and run away like normal stalkers do.
But even as they're approaching you, they'll
Mm,
come visibly.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What they do instead is they rush up to you and they just like melee you with their limbs.
Yeah, they don't have the tongue.
Yes. So there's no they're the predator strain like the Terminids lose their kind of like their surprise tactics, I guess.
And they just bum the
And
rush the fuck out of you.
yes, exactly.
Um,
And it was very, very interesting to see that for the first time.
I remember texting you going, "Oh my god, stalkers are normal enemies now."
Yes. Yes, there were so many more of them.
hmm
It was
Um,
crazy.
but outside of their behaviors in combat, they had some kind of interesting stuff going on. You know how there's sometimes like random charger corpses on the map?
Hmm.
You could find predator hunters eating them.
That's crazy.
Uh, and I like thought it was a hoax, but then I saw it myself, and I don't know if that's like Mandela effect or something.
Yeah.
But I remember going, oh, these are like almost like a separate like tribe of
Yeah.
bug.
They're consuming the main ones, right?
Yeah, like maybe even like the main bugs are afraid of these guys or something,
Yeah.
which is why we don't see them in like the main force.
Yeah. No, actually, yeah. And now that you say that, I do remember one thing. The predator hunters had bile attacks too.
They did? Oh fuck, I
They
don't
did,
remember.
yeah. No, they do. They do. They can spit bile at you. That's why the bile spheres don't spawn for
Right.
them.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, this is a repressed memory. Oh God.
Yes. Yes, I'm waking
Mm.
it up. But yeah, so it was a really interesting sub-faction because they really switched up a lot of how the bugs. Well, I mean, they didn't switch it up so much. Like they're still trying to swarm you, but like the way they would do that and the aggression that they had.
It's just a straight line towards you.
Yeah. At least before, like when you're fighting the standard Terminid faction,
hmm
you can kind of corral them a little bit,
Yeah.
kind of make them move with you. But the Predators, no, not at all.
hmm
They are not afraid to run at you and they will mess you up. But we do
um.
have the other sub-faction though. I think this one's a lot simpler.
Yes.
The Spore Burst. They were mostly the same. They just explode on death.
Yes. That
Yeah.
was like the one reason you'd ever maybe bring gas armor at the time.
Mhm.
That didn't really
And
make much difference.
but yeah, that's all there is to say. Like
Yeah.
they were interesting. I don't feel like they were too different though because like
If you were close to bugs, you were already dead.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Predator Strain I think definitely took the title for
Yes.
any cool thing.
What about that? The choice we had to make.
Oh, but before we get there though,
Oh,
um in reference to the actual Gloom itself though, it was cool to see the outskirts of the Gloom. But I think, we would have more of that later to see what is really like. Because the if we look at it from
mm,
the perspective of like not actually playing it, but just looking at what's going on in the background, is it was mainly the new sub factions, but then
yeah.
there was just like more fog, like
Oh,
this yellowish fog in the air, which
there.
did reduce a lot of visibility, which did make a
Yes,
gameplay difference.
there's an aspect I think we forgot to bring up.
What's that?
The Illumina update came with urban environments.
Yes, yes, you're
And
right.
that's what the Enter the Gloom major order was introducing bugs to urban environments.
Yes, yes,
And that was a
exactly.
big deal.
And urban environments made fighting the Terminids a lot harder because you don't have this open field you can just run from.
Yeah. I You get surrounded much quicker.
Yes. At the
With
same time, though, you can make a lot more like kill boxes if you get them up through an alley
Yeah, you have
or
to
something.
prepare ahead of time though.
Yeah.
Um,
There was a lot of mech usage too during that
yes.
time. It was a good time for them to
I
shine.
feel like anytime. a new bug faction gets introduced, the mechs are always a safe bet.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But
Uh,
I think we'll have more to say about urban environments in a little bit.
yes.
But yes, the other thing though, we did have a choice in February, as the major order that was issued was save the gas mines or the moderately feeble young adults. The choice major orders have a really interesting history in
Yeah, I
Helldivers.
feel like we need to get more. We haven't gotten one in a while.
We haven't, no. And usually like the way it goes is you can choose this thing that will have some like tangible benefit
Yeah.
to the players. Most often it's like unlocking something new.
Mm.
Or you can have a heart,
Uh-huh.
but having a heart isn't always tangible. As said. And so the funniest thing is there have been times where we just end up failing both.
Yeah.
Like, I know this right now we're focusing on the last year, but if for any listeners, I encourage you to go check out how many major orders there were to unlock the orbital napalm barrage. Because
Orbital Napalm Barrage, or even the gas mines. We've had the opportunity to get the gas mines
yes, you're
a
right.
few
You're
times,
right.
and we've always chosen against it.
Yes. This time though was unique. This time we got both of those done.
Yep.
It's interesting because there are opportunities to do this with like the gambit system, like if you take a planet that's invading that is providing the route for the invasion of another planet, you can liberate the planet while also ending the invasion at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow we got it this time, but the fleet-wide communication on that is very hit or miss.
Yeah.
More often miss.
Mm-hmm. I think like 90% of players don't know about the gambit system at all.
Yeah. Which, is something we can talk about later too, is
Yeah.
changes in the UI.
Mm-hmm. I forgot when they happen, but honestly, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing because I think it inspires community outreach.
Mm,
It's
yeah.
like everybody, we gotta go here. Tell your friends that play.
Yeah. That is true. That is true. That is true. And that is a cool dynamic element to having like a meta narrative
Yeah,
like how Lyrus has.
like I think it should be explained that that is a mechanic, but then not like show it.
Reminded.
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
have people talk to each other. Like the major order should still show the planet that's in trouble.
Hmm.
Um, but it's up to people to tell like, hey, we need to get the planet next to it,
Yeah.
and maybe have like,
Now
oh, what's that?
they they do have like the small like dispatch message sometimes.
Nobody fucking reads those.
And that's the thing, yeah. Like if you were going to read it, there's a good chance you probably already know what a gambit is, and there's
Yeah.
a pretty good chance you might have the Helldivers companion app open somewhere so you
Mm-hmm.
can actually just like see it,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Most people don't read. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. But so yeah, this time though it worked out. We were able to get both.
Mm-hmm.
We got both the gas mines saved and the moderately feeble young adults.
Should we move on to Servants of Freedom?
Yes, February was when Servants of Freedom released.
Do you want to cosplay as a fascist? Here you go, friends.
Exactly. Another like a third fascism cosplay.
Are you ready to Reich and roll?
Oh my god. That was good.
Thank you.
That was good.
Um, this war bond, I feel like got a bad rap for no reason.
So, personally, I wasn't a super big fan of it. Not because the gear is bad, but I'm not too into the like suicide aesthetic, you know. But that's just my personal opinion. I think if you actually look at what's in the Warbond, very
Mm-hmm.
powerful stuff.
Yeah. Uh, this is like Democratic Detonation too,
Hmm.
except you're the
Hmm.
detonation.
Yes, yes.
I I do the armor. looks really cool, and I'm glad they buffed it fairly recently. Um, uh, I do think it's a neat idea, like the fascism aside.
Yes.
It's a joke, like the grenade. Like if you're using the grenade built into the armor, you're dumb.
Hmm.
Although I do sometimes jump into a Bile Titan hole
For fun
if I'm out
things.
of options.
Yes.
Mind I shout my life with super.
Yes.
But like it's funny. The the what's it called? The sickle,
Double-edged sickle,
the
yeah.
double edged sickle. Very fun. Not supposed to be used with the armor that it comes with,
No, no, not at all.
because you'll not only kill yourself but also your friends around you.
Well, maybe it is then when you put it like that because it will help you activate the armor more often.
Yeah, but if you're using a ranged weapon, I don't
Yeah.
know.
But double-edged sickle is a really, really cool weapon.
Yes.
It's interesting because we'll see later, I think, with the most recent war bond, but it is the war bond that is better with the armor of another war bond. Or I'm sorry, a
Yes.
weapon that is better with the armor of another war bond. And that war bond will be Freedom's Flame because it gives us the inflammable
Mm-hmm.
armor passive. And the thing about how the double-edged sickle works to set the stage is that it is a heat-based weapon, an energy-based weapon. It fires a laser that will continue to fire forever.
Mm-hmm.
However, as you fire it, it heats up. But that also means you heat up.
Yep. Real
And
fast.
it turns out there is a limit to how hot your body can be.
What?
No way, right?
Yeah.
No way.
No way. That
But
would
if you're
be
not prepared
awesome.
for a fever, you might want to definitely get Freedom's Flame before you put on the double-edged sickle. And why it's cool is because the double-edged sickle will set you on fire once you start firing it for long enough. In exchange, though, the reason you want to keep holding the trigger is because it ups its damage and armor penetration.
It's
I
really
oh,
good.
sorry.
No, no, no. Go ahead.
No, please continue.
Really good. When it's at full heat, you can kill Hulks no problem.
Absolutely. Very, very strong. I do think that we should note that there was a change to it because when it launched, it did not work quite properly.
Mm-hmm.
This change was 5 days later after its launch, where what it would do was it wouldn't actually change the damage that you were doing
Mm-hmm.
or the armor penetration, but it was just like you could keep firing and firing and firing forever.
Yeah.
5 days later, we got an update where, to recap, when you first fire it, it only has light penetration and it does 55 damage. And then there's 3 stages it can go up to after. The first stage is it does 55 damage, but it's medium armor penetration. The second stage is it does 70 damage and it's still medium armor penetration. And the last stage, this is when you're like almost at full heat capacity.
You're burning
It does
alive at
70
this point.
damage. Yes, it does 70 damage with heavy armor penetration. And like you're saying, each stage you go up, the more damage you take.
Mm-hmm.
That said, though, there is something really cool that you can do with this, with the inflammable armor passive as well as uh the booster. What is it called?
The
It's like
more health booster.
yes, that one, the one that you should always take,
Yes.
always, always, always. But it will actually neutralize the fire damage. Instead, it will neutralize you actually setting on fire, and it will minimize how much damage you take from the actual, like, the damage ticks,
Yep.
because it does both of those. And that enables you to fire way, way, way longer.
Mm. You're still burning and you're still screaming, and you can tell when someone has it when they're just constantly screaming.
Yes.
Uh, That's it.
The other cool thing you can do with it, though, is you can lay on the ground because once you ignite in Helldivers, if you go prone, you instantly put yourself out. So if you're firing it when you're laying on the ground, every time you set on fire, you instantly put it out.
I did not know. Oh, I didn't know going prone did that. I knew diving did.
Yeah, if you just stay prone, you will still be instantly putting out any flame effects.
Oh,
Yeah. But there still is the damage though, because it
yeah.
still does the own like it has its own damage that it does to you, and then on top of that, it sets you on fire.
Gotcha, gotcha.
But I think the real elephant in the room though of Servants of Freedom was the ultimatum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even, but I mean, honestly, post nerf too. It's still really good.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It was crazy at release, and now it is just insane.
Yeah.
You know?
It's not as crazy, but it's still like,
Mhm.
whoa, we have this.
Absolutely, yeah. It can do side objectives for you in a single shot,
Yeah.
you know?
Used to be able to one shot like jammers and the
Everything.
bot tower. Yeah,
Yeah.
but now no bueno.
No, no. But still, it can do a lot. And if you ever have something big that you really, 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 really need that quickly,
It'll do it.
the ultimatum is crazy. It currently, at the moment, it has armor penetration 6. The damage that the projectile itself does is 1,000 damage, and it has full durable damage. 100% of that damage still goes through against durable parts.
Mhm.
And then the actual explosion does 2,000 damage, which is also armor penetration 6. And explosion damage doesn't suffer from durability reduction. So,
Basically,
um,
that's 3,000 plus damage
yes,
to whatever you hit with.
always,
Mhm.
unconditionally. And it has Demolition Force 40, which means it can do a bunch of different objectives for you. It can do pretty much any spawner it can do.
Yes.
It
Uh,
can just everything, really.
yes, it is. It is your.
Yeah.
This is for big problems.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Um, it has been nerfed though a little bit. It had two nerfs.
Mm.
The first was that you couldn't destroy certain side objectives with it. Like
Uh,
I don't believe you can destroy the jammer with it, right?
yeah, no jammer, no watcher.
Yes. But it also had another nerf where it had its armor, or not armor, excuse me, its ammo count reduced.
Honestly, fair.
Yes, very fair. You know,
Both of them.
and then it had like a separate nerf too that nerfed a specific interaction between the ultimatum and the siege ready armor passive,
Yep.
where
Uh,
both of those would not benefit it.
I think.
Although I believe now that's actually been
I
walked
think.
back, right?
Uh,
Sort
no.
of.
I think it was the you used to spawn with half your reserves, even with the booster that gives you full ammo, but now
Mhm.
that got reverted.
Yes.
I
So you can come with more ammo
Yeah.
on deployment.
Should we move on to March now? Because we were only like 3 months
Yes.
in.
Um, let's see. Okay. March of 2025, we had the Hold Planets to build the Penrose Energy Siphon System,
Hmm.
major order. So going back to the Meridian Singularity, the original plan for it was to try and siphon the energy off of it to stop it.
Didn't work.
No, no, it did not. The first major order that we had for it was failed,
Hmm.
but later we did succeed at some of the major orders for it, and we did slow it down, but that necessarily didn't help.
Yes, it didn't slow down for very long.
No. And
Um,
so we did eventually bring back the siphon. Or I'm sorry, it would come back in a couple months after that, but it's still just been like lurking ominously in the galaxy at this point.
Yeah. Um, about right after Super
Right
Earth.
after that, we had the suppress the Illumina invasion to save Super Earth.
Yep.
This was so since it was moving, the Meridian Singularity was moving. We talked about how it went to Angel's Venture, but it continued on the trajectory towards Super Earth.
Uh,
So this is when, we first started thinking, oh, this is getting kind of close.
yeah, it's moving. Oh,
Yeah. Now, this major order that we had was, narratively in tune with the singularity keeps getting closer, but it was also a stratagem unlock where we had the Grenadier Battlement. That's the grenade launcher that comes down with its own
yeah.
barricade.
I love this thing. It's very niche.
Yes, I agree.
I think it's a good in urban environments because you can like close off like a alleyway.
Hmm.
And enemies don't know to hit it. Last I remember.
Hmm.
So like if you're like in a stairway, you can put it in the middle, assuming it doesn't bounce off the floor.
Hmm.
And that is like a closed off. Uh, it's like a barricade from Caldo de Zambas.
Definitely, yeah. The cooldown it has is pretty good too. It's I
Oh
think
yeah,
like about 100 seconds once you have all the upgrades, so
not very long. Yeah.
yeah. And it also comes with 60 grenades. You
Yes.
don't have to reload it too.
Although you can't, if it runs out of ammo, it can't shoot anymore. But in my opinion, the grenade launcher part is the least important part.
Oh, really?
Yes, I think
Would you say
the
the cover?
the cover and the ability to block off alleyways is the best part.
That's true. That's true. What faction do you like against most? Excuse me.
Limit.
Eliminate?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good for it. Yeah. I feel like against the bugs, you definitely want the mobile version of it, you
Yeah.
know?
Because at that, cause, or at least the grenade launcher, the barricade doesn't last too long against bugs.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Chargers existing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Um, but moving on though, we had that, and we had a successful unlock. The other thing in March was Borderline Justice released.
Yeehaw! This is my favorite one.
Why don't you take the lead on this one?
This one is the perfect mix of vibes and viability. Uh, I think the Deadeye is probably the best primary in the game. I'm biased, but I think it's one. It's like you know how to use it immediately. It's not a full sniper rifle, but it hits like a truck. Um,
Hmm.
and you can get good at it if you know what you're doing. Like there's
True.
a skill ceiling on it.
True.
Because if you're using it rapid fire, the accuracy goes way down, but it's capable of doing a lot. Like you can one shot overseer heads, just pop.
Yeah. One shot a lot of things with it. For
uh,
some stats, it does 300 ballistic damage, but it also has a 100% durability
yep.
damage. So full, or no, I'm sorry, not 100%. Has 100 ballistic damage, but that is still like a lot of damage for the ratio 1 to 3.
Yeah.
And then it also has medium armor penetration too, so it doesn't like for most targets, there's nothing it can't hit. It's very,
And
very good.
very very versatile. Little not super easy to use, but very very strong if you know what you're doing.
Definitely.
It
And I
can.
believe, oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I believe in the recent Democratic conversation with this was the second one with Nicholas Bamberg, I
Yes.
believe his name, or Malmberg.
He said that was
Um,
their like ideal,
yes,
super
the most
happy.
balanced primary.
And you know what? They're goaded for that. I love it. I think it's
I'm
like
glad.
one of the most fun weapons to use because of like how high the ceiling is. Even though it's like, oh, it's just a gun, you just point and shoot.
Hmm.
Like the ergonomics being fairly low, and like the recoil being high, but it being capable of so much,
Hmm.
is what makes it like fun to use. Like if you master it, if you master the lever action, the gun that won the West, yada yada,
Yes,
you will do very good.
definitely.
Um, the
What else came in the War Bond?
sidearm, the Talon, is basically a laser version of the Senator. Doesn't do as much damage, but
Hmm.
still a lot.
Yes.
Not heavy arm penetrating, but it's very good sidearm. Then it came with the Hover Pack, which I love to use. I don't know if it's really that good, to be honest. I just like using it because I like jetpacks.
That's
Uh,
valid.
it's very fun to use with like grenade launchers or flamethrower or like anything that isn't like a gun.
Hmm.
Um, like I like using the Tesla weapons with it, but it's okay. Uh, I like it a lot. And the armor passive, which is very fitting, was the it makes it so that you pull out your sidearm faster, and the ergonomics on them are better,
Hmm.
which is, it's perfect. It's a, again, perfect mix of vibes and viability.
Definitely. Definitely. And we talk about that a lot too, that I think for both of us, our favorite war bonds tend to be ones that are both very on theme and like, we're willing to sacrifice like some meta performance so long as like the theme is there, I think that's what we prefer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Shall we move on, or do you have thoughts?
On Borderline Justice? No, no, I agree. I think it was like a really solid war bond. It was cool having, them explored sidearms a lot for the armor passive, and it's cool giving players something that like highlights like, okay, you're really into this thing.
Yeah.
This is your war bond.
Oh, actually,
You
there's
know,
one bad thing about it. No
what's
cowboy,
that?
no cowboy hat.
That is true. That is true.
And they said there probably is never going to be a cowboy hat, which
Yeah.
unfortunate, but it,
It's interesting because like they say that they want the armor to look like realistically militaristic, but I feel like some of the other stuff that's available in the game kind of throws. And we would eventually get a hat this year too. So
yes, and I do use that
no,
with the Borderline Justice armor.
yeah, it wasn't even like in the latter half of the year. It was like a month and a half later. So
Yeah.
it was interesting.
Um,
Um,
should we move on?
oh, we also had the dynamite too.
Oh yes. Oh, the dynamite wouldn't be good until later. That
Yes.
was probably the weakest part of the war bond. It does a lot of damage right now. Its AOE is huge. The thing that made it unique was that the AOE was huge, but also that you could program the timer. I don't know why you ever would, but you can set
Yeah.
it to a minute before it explodes. Uh, don't know why you ever would,
Mhm.
but it's funny.
That's
Um,
true. It was funny.
I do like to, like, if I'm ever like alone or like I'm temporarily alone from the team and I'm like clearing a objective, I'll just put it for like 60 minutes next to like a bunch of bot factories, and then like
Mhm.
I'll forget later, and then it'll be like bot camp cleared.
Yes. Yes. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool grenade, and it got its glow up in October, and we're really here for it. Um, so then we can head into April.
Yes.
Okay. So in April, there was not a ton happening, but there was something that started happening out of the game that was really interesting.
Start of the ARG.
Yes, we had Major Truth's account appear on Twitter for the first time. Now, Major Truth is, funnily enough, might actually be the only quote unquote character in Helldivers
Mm-hmm.
that actively like says things and responds to events. Like, okay, the democracy officer might have like a couple things to say based off the most recent or major order or major update, but Major Truth is like actually like characterizing the game too,
Yeah.
you know? And for viewers who or listeners who haven't seen, Major Truth is sort of a conspiracy theorist.
Sort of.
Very much a conspiracy theorist. And they are a Twitter account that had started to make posts about what life is like in living on Super Earth, but then eventually started noticing some things,
Hmm.
some things going around on Super Earth, such as perhaps deleted footage, maybe.
Maybe, maybe.
Maybe.
I think that was. Was that our first sight of the flesh mobs, or was that later?
We would see that a little bit later, though, but not in April.
Okay.
And the thing to know in April is the account appeared and started making random posts. The cool thing is if you look at it, it has like no arrowhead mentioned anywhere. It
Hmm.
just looks like a normal account. If it looks sort of just like a fan account,
Yeah.
like you could believe that at first, you know?
Yeah,
I believe
I wasn't sure it was official for like a little bit.
yeah. Yeah. And at first it was just like tweeting about like random life stuff, like, oh, this guy is really nice today. Yeah. But that was April. How about May?
Then we had the invasion of, or at least the approach of the Great Host. Um,
Yes.
I sat up until 4 a.m. watching the stream
Yes.
of the Illuminate appearing from the Meridia Singularity.
Well,
Uh,
first here, what was the Great Host?
so the Great Host was the main fleet of the Illuminate that appeared from the Singularity.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they they just dropped from the Singularity,
Yes.
and I was at 4 a.m. watching the stream, like fighting to not fall asleep, and then very suddenly it went,
Yes.
and I was like, oh fuck, oh shit.
What was the stream?
The stream was a view of a satellite, like looking at Super Earth and the Meridian Singularity, and
Mm-hmm.
over time, the Meridian Singularity got closer and closer. But it was like, for me, it wasn't enough to tell like that it was moving. I was like, am I just crazy? Um, and
Well, there
then
was more to it before then, though, too.
yes,
Right.
I don't think I was watching then. You were, I think, were more attentive then.
Well, basically, what it was that it started as like an ARG. You know, it was a stream that popped up on YouTube of this like Helldiver-esque uh, satellite footage, I guess you could say. And at the same time, in the official Helldivers Discord, there was a channel that opened up. The satellite stream was called Satellite 81. And what happened was it was just a stream of supposedly a satellite that was malfunctioning. And so what people had to do was figure out how to fix the satellite. And you've seen like Twitch plays Pokemon, right? Where like
Yes.
everybody can type in the chat what they want to do, and one of those inputs gets selected. It was exactly like that, where it was a whole bunch of people trying to fix this satellite and bring it back online. And for a lot of the time, there was not a lot happening because, once you have thousands of people trying to do something at the same time, it's probably like nothing's gonna get done, you know?
Yep.
But a couple days later, the stream opened up, and that's where we start seeing Meridia.
Um, I wasn't there for that first part. I was there only for the last bit.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
half asleep watching the stream end. Like it would like zoom in to the Meridia black hole, and then
mhm.
the Great Host appeared and shot at the satellite.
Yes.
And so we spent the first bit of May trying to stop their invasion.
Mhm.
Uh, I forgot what planets there was first. All I know is we were trying to prevent them from going to Mars.
For
But
approaching Super Earth in general.
yes, but the first step was like we need to defend Mars.
Mm.
We didn't. When they
Oh,
got to Mars, we saw a bunch of updates from the Discord of casualty numbers increasing.
yes,
The tutorial area got moved. It
yes.
used to be on Mars. Now it's somewhere else undisclosed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then we got to the battle for Super Earth.
Mm-hmm.
There was a big old trailer. Everyone was talking about it that I knew. Like,
That was
that,
one of a major update too.
yeah, that is when they introduced the city environments. That's what I learned what a block was.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh my God.
uh, and we had a major order that introduced a new mechanic to the galactic map, which was like cities
Mm-hmm.
being like a important part of defending as well as like capturing.
Mm-hmm.
But in this instance, it was defending, and the more you defended the city, the more easier it was to maintain control.
Mm-hmm. There were
Uh,
several cities on
yes,
a planet, and you want to capture all of them or liberate all of them.
and Super Earth, we had I think seven. I want to say
Something like that, yeah.
there was a whole bunch of like mini narratives. It was like, oh God,
Mm-hmm.
do we save China or do we save New York? And I
Yes, and
think
I think it was China
yeah,
that was the last stand.
we saved China. It was one of the last. I think there was one city left after
Yeah.
China that we would have to defend.
No, I think the mega city in China was the very last one.
Was it okay? Well,
Yeah, Super
we
Earth was about to fall.
yes, we all agreed to like okay, China's the last stand. And
Yes.
there's this old little like mini meta narrative between the America and China where it's like we'll sacrifice New York
Yes.
for to make a
Yes.
final stand with China, and
Yes.
I think there was this whole like community little appreciation thing that
Mhm.
happened. It was very cute. Uh,
It's important to know that helldivers is actually pretty popular in China, and
yes,
a lot of times when the global population on this side of the world are sleeping, it's the Chinese divers
yeah,
that are fighting the good fight.
yeah. China holds down the front.
Yeah. Honestly, China sometimes gets like a lot more done
Yes,
than
than we do.
the
Yeah,
rest of us.
and it's
Yeah.
also really funny. Like sometimes I'll play late at night, and you get like a player with I don't know which language, but it's not English
Mhm.
playing with me, and it's like, oh, this is the best player I've ever played.
Yes. Yes.
um, so we defended that. We managed to hold off, uh, and the DSS was disabled in the middle of the fight, so we had
Mhm.
to split off to repair it.
Mhm.
And that was, I think, ultimately what got us to victory.
Mhm.
Uh,
There was
and
also the new mission type too, where we had to take down the overship.
yes, the control the cannon. That's super cool. I love that. I want
Yes.
more of that.
Mhm.
Um, that was really cool. Where you like manually move the cannon. Very very shoddy
Mhm.
control mechanism, but don't worry about it. Uh, is there anything else important? I want to let you talk about Major Truth because I think you remember that better.
I do remember a lot of Major Truth
Yeah,
is one of my
you're
favorite
you're a
parts
big
of
Major
this.
Truth fan.
True.
You subscribe to their newsletter.
I really do. I really do. I have it open in the other tab right now, actually.
You have the Illuminati are making the freaking frogs
Yes.
gay.
Which is actually where we start with this update in May. The before the update, Heart of Democracy, it was
Mm-hmm.
called. Major Truth's account started becoming a little bit more active. And this was also before the Satellite 81 stuff. Both of these things would end up coinciding, but Major Truth would start tweeting about stuff that like, hey, I think I see something really weird in this footage here, right? Or I think I
Mm-hmm.
see something like this really weird thing in the sky. And they would tweet out like this our like real world sky, and
Mm-hmm.
then there would just be like a small video of this blip flying across in the sky. And so there was like all these little things until Major Truth just started escalating and came out and just saying like, guys, Super Earth is lying to us. There's all this stuff that's happening. The very first footage we saw of a flesh mob, which was an enemy introduced in this update,
It's kind of
actually
a
came
creepy
from Major.
video.
Yes, it came from Major Truth's account of this like very like low frame like security camera footage of a a flesh mob running after some like civilian, and it was just so strange and so weird and so cryptic but so
It
cool.
was really like it was genuinely like it gave me the heebie-jeebies when I watched it.
Yes,
It was made very well.
yes.
Um,
Around now is when people start to pick up like, okay, this isn't just a Helldivers fan account.
yeah. Oh,
Like,
this is real.
yeah,
Um,
it was really cool. And now in reality we know that we were successful
yeah.
with the defense of Super Earth.
Um,
And at the end of it, it would end conclude with Major Truth apologizing for claiming that Super Earth would lie, and for spreading misinformation too. And they said that they were going to take some time off the internet to for education to reflect. And unfortunately now, actually, if you go to Major Truth's account, those tweets have been taken down. But I'm sure you can find images of it or something on the Wayback Machine. But yes, it was very cool, and that honestly, to me at least, was like the cooler part of the update, like seeing what was happening in real life too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Speaking of flesh mobs, we should probably talk about the new Illuminate enemy types that came with it.
Yes.
I guess first we should talk about the flesh mobs. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure their faces have always been a weak point.
Right?
I swear to God.
Yes, right?
I feel like a crazy person when they said it wasn't, but like I was always telling people like, oh, you shoot their faces because that like chunks their health instead of just aiming willy nilly.
And later, for our listeners, there was a more recent patch where they said, okay, they're now critical spots now. And it's like,
But I
they
always
weren't.
yeah, because like I remember people were having trouble with flesh mobs, and I was like, oh, you shoot the faces on the front and back, and that's how you get them. And then people would be
Yeah,
like, oh, thanks for the help, bro. That really helped.
yeah.
And then apparently that was a falsity. And I'm
I don't know though, because I could swear the same thing, right? Like,
yeah. So I don't know if they're just saying that to like just spread propaganda, um,
you know,
or we're just crazy.
patch notes, like what goes into the patch notes is definitely a conversation to
Yes.
have for later
Um,
though. But um, yeah,
I
the flesh mob's really cool though.
I enjoy the flesh. I think they're very buggy on release, but now
Hmm.
I think they're a good addition to the Illuminate.
Definitely.
The Illuminate I think really favor machine guns, and I think they're part of it.
Hmm. Definitely. And we were talking earlier about how the Limited felt like a little lackluster
Mm-hmm.
at release, but they introduced a lot of Eliminate units here. We had a Flesh Mob introduced. We had the Leviathan introduced. Was the Leviathan here or later? I think it
It
was
was here.
here. Okay, so yes, we had the Leviathan, which is like the giant capital ship, I guess, sort of, that is following you around and will bombard you. That had to be nerfed later because originally it would kill you very quickly.
It would kill you very
Um,
quickly, and it would knock you on the ground really easily.
yeah,
Uh,
very hard to take down. Most of the time, it's not even worth fighting.
yeah, whenever it came out, I'm kind of glad that they were kind of busted because it made them really scary.
That's true, yeah.
Like
It
where
did make you feel like the Illuminate were winning.
yeah, like looking up, seeing the Leviathan, like they would crash through buildings and destroy
Hmm.
them instantly. So it was like, oh fuck,
Literally,
everyone
yeah.
run,
Literally.
and you'd lose your ground really quick, and it kind of added to like the desperate feeling of fighting them back from Super Earth.
Definitely. Yeah.
Um,
We did also have the Stingray though, but I don't know. Stingray is just like it's there.
I adore the Stingray actually.
Really? Tell
I
me about that.
think I think they kind of maintain that feeling of scary of just like hearing the jet fly above
Hmm.
and going, oh fuck, it's nearby, or even hearing the
Mm,
is like
yeah,
I'm a big fan of that kind of like, oh no, everyone run.
yeah. Well,
It
that's fair.
it creates a little mini narrative in every mission, and I mean I'm a sucker for that, even if like it's the bane of my existence in practice.
That's
Uh,
fair.
I think I think it's a very cool addition. I
Definitely.
I like that the Illuminate are like sort of equals. Like that's their version of an eagle
Hmm.
kind of thing, and the Leviathan's like a super destroyer little mini guy.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely.
Um, yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah. Oh, there was like I guess the one other thing that you could say was added, it is an enemy unit technically, but also not really. But like the overship we were talking about,
Yeah,
um,
this is more of an objective.
it doesn't fight back. It just sits there.
Yeah.
But it is something that you do have to fight. And, it has like its own ways that you approach it. It's supposed to be like the host ship
Mm-hmm.
for the Illuminate.
Or like a
And
host battleship.
yeah. And the only thing that can, I think, actually do any damage to it is the the
Cannon.
artillery cannon.
Yeah.
Although actually the solo silo might now, because the solo silo has armor penetration 9.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
And I guess a hell bomb could if you could somehow get it over there.
I don't think so.
Yeah. But yeah, it'd be really interesting to try out the solo silo next time we have them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the major parts of Heart of
Mm-hmm.
Democracy.
Oh, we got Master of Ceremony. I forgot.
True, true. What did you think of it?
It aged nice through the like patches,
Hmm.
but at launch it was a little stinky.
Yeah,
Um, I love that the flag doesn't do anything.
really.
I think it's really funny. I think the only functionality it has is that you can plant it and you can wave it around, and that's it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny to me. I love that. I hope they don't do anything to it.
For the small price of one of your 4 stratagem slots, you
Yes,
can
you
do
can
nothing.
throw.
Yes.
Like on like really easy missions, or like if I see a friend like helping someone out that's new, or like a friend's like on a really easy mission, I'll join them and get the flag and just wave it in front of their face and march in the middle of the battlefield waving it around.
Yes.
You've seen me do this. Or
Yes. You know, we talked about how like we like war bonds that like strike a good balance between theming and performance, but we kind of tip a little bit towards theming
Mhm.
between the balance.
This is
But
all
I feel
theming.
like it's all theming. Yeah.
The Constitution is really good. Uh,
Amendment.
oh, the amendment, right? But besides that, yeah, the war bond
Yeah.
is for drip and vibes.
The
Although,
emote it came with was one of the best things added.
yes, I do swear by the grenade though. I think the grenade is quite good.
It's so interesting because it's like so random. Like maybe it'll be really good this time I do it. Maybe it won't do anything.
What I think makes it strong for me is that you carry a lot.
Hmm.
I think it's the most amount of, unless you throw knives account, but I think it's the most amount that you carry compared to everything else.
That's true. That's pretty cool, yeah. And it does
Uh,
definitely have potential too.
yeah.
You can
Um,
I've seen people kill a walker with it in one shot. An overseer.
oh really? Oh wow.
Or not an overseer, what are they name? The
The
big illuminate. The tri
harvesters.
harvester, yes, thank you.
Um, and they're good for choke points.
Yes,
Like if you're going through an alleyway, you pop that sucker in, that hallway becomes a fucking chainsaw.
definitely.
Um, besides that, vibes. I like the flag. Flag funny. Uh, in my opinion, I think if you have the war bond, you should be able to. It should be on a permanent. Uh, like you know how they give out like the free war bonds, or not war bonds, stratagems and some missions.
Yeah.
I think
Hmm.
if you own the war bond, you should be able to call it down at any point.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Just
Just go in all on the full RP of it and just Let
Just like
you have it.
have it be one of the free stratagems you get for every mission.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be cool. Actually, that'd be really cool.
Uh, I would find that. I mean, I think it's funny that you can put in a stratagem slot.
Yeah,
But as long as they don't make it have a function, I think it's better if it just does nothing.
yeah,
I think it's funnier that way. Besides that,
yeah.
eh.
That's fair. Yeah. Of all the stuff that went down during May, I think the War Bond was probably the least notable.
Yeah.
Um, but still, May was pretty heavy. It was
Mm.
heavy. Shall we
Uh,
move on to June though?
yes.
Okay.
This is you.
So June had some exploration, I guess you could say, or expansion, where we got the mega cities from the Heart of Democracy update in May, and in June we would see that come to the Terminids. We started seeing these mega cities introduced into other factions. First was the Terminids, with the Protect mega cities from the Terminids Major Order. We also had a brief wrap up of the effort for Super Earth, where we got the Defensive Super Earth cape issued,
Mm-hmm.
the free ones that they give out sometimes. And I don't think I wrote this down in the notes, but I did we also get the Satellite 81 cape too issued now, or did that come later?
I don't know. I feel like this was then, but
Okay.
I couldn't tell you. I don't
Well,
remember.
at some point we get a cape too for the ARG. But yeah, the June was mainly that, as well as the Force of Law Warbond was released.
This is the fourth flavor of fascist.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Um, oh, I just looked it up. Okay, that didn't come out till July, the
okay.
the Satellite 81 cape. But yeah, what do you think of Force of Law?
I think it is definitely more of a okay war bond in both theming and functionality. I do really like the arc thrower,
Mm,
or arc grenade launcher. I think it's kind of one of those sleeper stratagems that are in the game where like you
mhm,
can take this to any faction and it'll do you very well.
mm.
You can kill Bile Titans with it, although it's kind of inconsistent.
Wasn't there a thing where like it wouldn't work for the if you were like not hosting the
Yes,
operation or something?
thankfully they fixed that, but that definitely was the case.
Okay.
Um, I call this Warbond the team kill Warbond,
Yeah.
because it also came with the Arc drone.
Mm, yeah.
An Arc already has a bad case of killing all your friends. If you use the
Yeah.
Tesla Tower, if you use the Arc Thrower, that already has a very high chance of just fucking microwaving your friends in an instant. And now you have a drone that doesn't have trigger discipline,
Yes.
which
Yes, it
is
was.
already on par with the rest of the player base, but still,
Yeah.
you don't need a fifth member of your fire team
No.
doing that.
No.
But if you know how to call your drone back, it is very good.
True. True.
This past December, when they're like giving out like these stratagems are free to try for December, the few days where everyone got the drone was miserable.
Yeah.
I could not play the game.
Yeah. It's sort of like one of those earlier times they've done that and they gave people like the 120 millimeter barrage and there's a reminds you of what playing with outside of like playing with your friends is like,
Yeah, have
yeah.
a trigger discipline. This is why trigger discipline is what they teach you, because knowing when not to do something is just as important than doing.
Yes. Yes.
Um, see, besides that, the auto, like the smart pistol was cool.
Hmm.
I like it. It's I'll be honest, it's a little ass, but it's cool.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely.
uh, And the armor I think is very good against bots, but I feel like isn't really exciting.
Well, yeah, I would agree. It's just like some, generic damage reduction stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there is actually, I didn't write this down in our draft, but there is actually something that we could talk about with armor, something big in June, and that was when we got our first set of armor buffs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so, we had at the time, I believe the two were the Servants of Freedom Warbond was buffed. The name of that armor passive escapes me. Integrated explosives, I
Oh
think, right?
yes, that was
Yes.
the explode yourself up one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so they buffed it by giving it you can hold additional grenades with it.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that went out that month was a buff to the unflinching armor passive. That's the Truth Enforcer's Warbond, where it now gives you a higher armor rating by default. So any armor
Mm-hmm.
that you're wearing with it has like the next tier of, or halfway to the next tier of armor, and then it also it lets you put a ping on the map that will scan every 2 seconds and reveal what's there on the radar, on your radar, not the team's radar. Um, but I think the interesting thing about this is, well, first it was like our first armor buffs, but also the way they buffed it. So they incorporated other perks from popular armor
Mm-hmm.
passives into it.
Adds a lot more options now that feel good to use.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. I feel like this is something to pay attention to more now. Armor
Mm-hmm.
passives,
Yes,
you know.
I'm waiting for the buff to gas armor.
I I wonder if they will.
I just feel like there's not enough like. So gas is very strong, but it's very avoidable compared to
Yeah,
other environmental stuff.
that's true.
That like I feel like if it did something else along with it, I don't think anyone like I don't think it would break the game at all.
That's true. That's true.
Like I think some form I don't know because I don't know what would they would add to it to make it better, but I just feel like something.
I've seen people suggest that it should have like a corrosive effect. So as it, like the longer an enemy lingers in it, some of its armor value gets reduced.
I feel like as an armor passive though that wouldn't make much sense because
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was talking about gas in general.
Oh no! I'm talking about the armor.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I feel like they should add something to gas armor that does something. Because some of the coolest armor in the game, like the medium gas armor,
Mhm.
is really cool. I like using it. I just can't because it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. You
um,
know, what if you're looking at the look of the armor, they could just slap onto like the acclimated buffs, like you just take like 50 or 40% less damage to all other damage types too. Could just slap that on.
yeah, but I feel like it's a little like I want like gas armor. You
Something that
know,
does something with gas.
yeah, like if
Okay.
maybe if like you're in or maybe it's like they're like hazard suits where it's like oh this it'll highlight like environmental hazards or something, I don't know.
That'd be really cool, actually. That's a cool idea.
Where it's like they have like a special highlight or something from your view.
Mm.
Like those random like in the jungle maps there's like these little gas holes that if you ignite them they burn.
Mm.
Like maybe the suit highlights that or something, I don't know. That'd probably be really difficult to implement, but something.
Crazy idea, but we talked about it though. It would be insanely cool if you were wearing the gas armor, you somehow like gain some like, I don't know, some coating on your weapons that lets you ignite the gas.
That
And
would
it
be
all goes out in
cool.
one big burst of damage.
That would be cool. I don't know how much that would fit in the game, but something like that would be fun. Something that ignites the
Good bit.
gas.
Like, we already have like a whole bunch of flame stuff. We have huge bombs, like it's not outside of like the scope of the game.
I could see them adding like a gasoline thing.
Mm. Yeah.
in the future, definitely.
For sure, yeah.
Um,
But that was most of June, though.
yep, we get to July.
Yes.
Rebuild Remembrance, one of the cities on Super Earth.
Hmm.
Uh, Not too crazy. I think it was just kill stuff.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I do. There was a poll for renaming one of the rebuilt cities. I don't remember which one or like where it's located. All I do know is that it was renamed to an all caps gun.
Yes.
Don't know. I
Yes.
want to say it's New York, uh, but I don't know.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I'm going to choose to live in capital GUN gun.
Gun. Yes.
Um,
Yeah, the
uh,
Discord polls that they do are really interesting. There was one recently, and I remember a bunch of players were joking around trying to see if they could suggest and get into the poll the name Expedition 33.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
That's the further expedition into the gloom or something.
Yes. Yes.
Then we had. I mean, there's not too much. It's just kill stuff and gun.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, Control Group War Bond was released. This one I think is really fun.
Yes.
I think it's also the good mix of vibes and viability. The
I've got to
only
disagree there.
really
Yes.
do tell.
No, I don't disagree, or I disagree not because it's like no, it's too it's like I'm sorry, let me start over. The reason I disagree is because I don't think it's a mix. I think it dominates so much on the side of
Viability.
viability.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I think the theming is very good, but oh my God, it has, in my opinion, the single strongest stratagem in the game. And what it does is so like core to the game. It prevents something that is like so incredibly core to the game that it is like this is no longer like a fun effect. This is like actually the breaking the central mechanic of the game, which is
Okay.
dying,
Yeah.
right? And it does that in two ways, this war bond. First is the armor passive, where
Uh-huh.
if you die, you get to put in this. If you die in a way that doesn't like tear apart your limbs, you get to put in this bleed out state where you will eventually die, but as long as you keep healing, you can keep going, right?
Uh-huh.
Now that is like cool, but you will eventually die, so it's not
Yeah.
like the greatest thing. But it is the first thing like that you can sort of like cheat death with it,
Yeah.
right?
I think that is like a good mix of vibes and viability because like
Yes,
you become a fucking zombie.
yes, and that's fair, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But then
I
you get to the last page of the warbook,
yeah.
and you unlocked the Lift 182 War Pack.
Mm-hmm.
This, I humbly suggest, is the strongest single item in all of Helldivers because it is absolutely insane the types of things you can do with it.
I agree.
Essentially, it gives you a dodge,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And what that means is that you can dodge. But the thing about Helldivers is that there's a lot of moments where you can see you are about to die,
Yeah.
right? And it's like there's very few sources of enemy dot damage. Most of the time, it's just like one big hit and you die, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if they give you something that lets you teleport away from wherever you are?
A get out of jail free card.
Exactly. And what if you could do it twice without taking damage? Because
It
if you do it too often, it will start to damage you. However,
it is crazy to me that the cooldown is as short as it is.
right? Right?
Hmm.
What if it didn't have a cooldown? Like you could only had like a certain maximum number of times you could use it. Like as long as you're not in the state where because as you use it, you're like draining the battery and removing the safety on it. Um, there is no like you can only use it 20 times. No, as long as you are alive, it
Mm-hmm.
will work.
Yep.
And the thing is, this isn't even just like a cheat death tool. It's
Is
also you can just get around the map faster.
yes. You can also go inside bunkers without a friend.
Yes, and this is why, like, the extra reason I would say yes, this is the one single stratagem that's so strong. because you can go into bunkers with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means you can access super credits with it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which means you are now not just playing with the death mechanic in the game, you are playing with the monetization mechanic of the game.
You can. This is how you farm for war bonds if you don't feel like paying. This is you
Exactly.
get. This is the most bang for your buck war bond besides
Literally.
democratic detonation.
This single stratagem, I think, upends so much of how Helldivers is meant to function that
Yeah,
there is truly nothing like it in the game.
yeah,
And
and
so this is why I would say control group or breaks the balance way too much, and it
yeah.
is introducing something that's way too, well, I wouldn't say too strong, but like
I think
it is
it's.
kind of overpowered, you know?
I'm kind of surprised it hasn't been nerfed already. I think if
Yeah.
it did, I think most normal people would be like, yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be like a pretty big community crash out.
Oh, it would
Like,
be a big community crasher. I'm saying reasonable people.
oh yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
Like,
it, there's a lot of things that it can do that it probably should not be able to do.
yeah, like I think the cooldown between dodges should be way bigger, or like
For
safe
reference,
dodges.
the cooldown is 6 seconds.
Hmm.
Every 6 seconds, you get a 10-meter boost.
You know
You
what's
can also activate this while you're diving too, before you start to ragdoll, but you can use it to ignore fall damage.
you know what struggles to do
Hmm,
that and takes the same slot? Jetpack.
hmm. True, true.
And jetpack used to be the original dodge, but that was like that had the Helldivers theming of
Yeah,
yeah, you can technically get out of dodge, but so
you have
what
to plan for
happened?
that one
You have to plan
a
for
lot
that
more.
because if you jetpack into the wrong location, oops,
Yep,
you may
and you can't
have
actually like change redirection, and you it also has a lot more startup too.
yes.
Like,
Like you may have gotten out of the way of the charger, but you might have dove right into in front of a commander who's mid swing,
yes, yes.
and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna catch you! I'm gonna catch you!"
You can kill things with the War Pact.
You can telefrag people.
Yes. There are things that will kill you, like you can't do it into a Hulk or something, but
Yeah.
like the this is like just how strong this single stratagem is. Like it can do so much. Now, just to keep going though, we talked mostly about the in control group. We talked mostly about the war pack. It did come with some other stuff. It came with a grenade, the epoch, which is like a anti-tank weapon sort of. It wasn't
uh,
at first, but now it is.
it
And
used to
yeah,
be hot ass.
yeah,
It
it was it was something.
it used to be the unobjective worst support weapon in the game.
I really liked it. I
I
like I really like don't get me wrong, it wasn't good. I know it wasn't good. I know that.
I love
But I like the idea of it, you know?
oh, the idea of it was great. I was excited to use it until I was fully charged. I was firing, and I was aiming right at the reticle was right on a Hulk's head.
Hmm.
I was at like medium range, like the margin of error was practically zero. So tell me
Hmm.
why it went sideways.
Yes. Yes.
And not only that, if it did hit, it did nothing.
Yeah.
And
That was
eventually, now it's really, really good.
yeah.
When it came out, it was laughably really bad.
It is a plasma weapon, and so like other plasma weapons in Helldivers, it can kill you.
Yes. And
And
this time, instead of like being the AoE, it's killing you. If you hold down the charge, it's like the railgun, where you will just explode.
yes. Um there also was the laser sentry though, which is it's all right, I think.
I
It's
think
all right.
you have to use it a little smarter compared to other sentries. Like you have to use it in
Yeah,
a place where it's like, okay, I know there's not going to be a lot of enemies in view, but this one little section is going to be covered forever.
definitely. And then the last thing it came with was, well, it also came with the arc grenade, which is like a bouncy stun grenade,
Uh,
which is,
Also Team Kilotron 5000.
yes, like all arc effects in this game. Yes.
That's why we love them.
But then the last weapon it came with was the variable, which is very cool weapon concept. I
Yes.
think needs some attention, which they also said it was going to be getting.
Whoops,
Um,
I didn't fart. That was a door stopper.
that's okay. I didn't hear anything, so
Okay, well, it picked up on my mic, so.
no worries. But yeah, the variable's pretty cool, but maybe check it out later. But I still think you should buy this war bond. Now that
Yes.
this is turning into a war bond review session, I
Yes.
still think you should buy it for the war pack. This is insane. Like if the entire war bond just came with the war pack, literally nothing else is in it.
Mhm.
So worth it.
Absolutely, and you can buy other war bonds with it because of the war pack.
Yes. Yes.
Should we move on to August?
I think so too. I think so too. So in
Uh,
August, we had the Stop the Illuminate invasion, the third Illuminate invasion.
not on Earth,
Yes, not on Earth,
just
but
a general holding of territory as
yeah,
well.
we were successful with it. The major thing about this is compared to the other two factions, the Illuminate have persistently showed strategy and tactics. Like the automatons do too, but not to the same degree. I think that the Illuminate are like, there's this invasion host, they are coming for you,
Hmm.
right?
The automaton are more just like they want to hold ground and slowly progress.
Yes. The
Uh,
Terminids are the same too.
yeah, I think Terminids like have like jumping, like they'll invade in like a big push, but like on occasion.
It doesn't even make sense how they do though, since
Yeah.
how do
Well,
they
well,
warp
what
across
they do
planets?
is that the energy plants that they breed bugs in, they break out.
And they fly across space.
No, like so every
Oh, at
planet,
each one?
each
Okay.
one, yeah,
It just happens to correlate to the supply lines.
yes.
Yes.
Don't
But
worry
it's not
about
actually.
it.
Yes. Yes. However, so yeah, we see like the Illuminate are a part of the plot, or not that they went away from the plot, but like they're making moves again, but we were successful in stopping them.
Mhm.
But then later in the month, though, we had the next major update to Helldivers, or the beginning of it. It would actually start, but that was started with the major order Operation Righteous Reclamation. This was our major order to go into the gloom itself. Unlike earlier, we were just on the outskirts. Now we are seeking to actually enter fully into the gloom and
Mhm.
find like the whatever the most messy planets in there. But to start for that, we need to prepare a forward operating base. We did do that. It was successful. Um,
That's it.
it was kind of a big one because we had to hold three planets for it.
Yeah,
And if I remember correctly, I think all of them were under Terminated control at the time,
I
at the
believe
beginning.
so.
So it was a big community effort, right? But
Mhm.
we got that done, and that leads us to September. We got the next major update. Levers, do you want to take that?
Oh, you forgot about obedient democracy support
Oh
troopers.
my God, you're so right. Okay, how could I forget about
Mm,
that? Yes.
how could you forget the
Uh,
odds?
True, true. So in August, we had the probably what will end up being the biggest crossover Helldivers ever had and will have is the crossover between Helldivers 2 and Halo ODST, Obedient Democracy Support Troopers. Now, this was crazy because this is also the month between where we got, or no, actually, no, yeah, at release, we got the Xbox release too, the
Yeah,
Xbox console release. Yeah. And which is kind of crazy to think that Helldivers wasn't available on Xbox
yeah,
until very recently, but it now is there, and it also brought some of Microsoft's friends over.
yep.
We got the Halo weapons in Helldivers. It came with the assault rifle. This is all the ODST versions of them, by the way. The assault rifle, the SMG, the shotgun, and the pistol. Not the Magnum,
Mhm.
unfortunately, but the
We
SOCOM
we kind of
pistol.
already have a version of the Magnum in the game
Yeah,
already, um,
that's true. Yeah. But what do you
but
think of the War Bond?
I really like it. I kind of wish there was more armor. Um, I think the classic ODST armor is very cool. I think the
Hmm.
recon is a little eh.
Would you have
Um,
liked to see more of like a Spartan armor?
no, actually, I want an Eva helmet, but I did
That's
get that eventually.
that's fair.
But I all the weapons are really good. I'm mixed on the assault rifle. Uh, I love the shotgun and the silenced pistol. I've always wanted, and it's just as amazing as I wanted it to be for a silenced pistol.
I think that like yeah, they're all really good. I haven't messed around with the SMG too much, but I feel like I don't know. In Helldivers, an SMG is an SMG. Like outside of the reprimand, I feel like they could work on some differentiation between them, I think, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the assault rifle though, I really love the assault rifle. I I can't believe I'm saying this as the flames fire safety officer,
Yeah.
but I think I like the assault rifle more than the coyote, right?
Oh my god.
Right? I don't know what it is, but the assault rifle just feels so good to use. The unique first person mode it has is really cool, even though I barely use it. But it's just like it just feels strong. And
Mm,
actually that's kind of like the thing in this war bond, like everything is light penetration, including the shotgun. Or no, the assault rifle is medium.
medium.
But the shotgun is light penetration, surprisingly. But the thing is, everything in this war bond just like does a whole bunch of damage per
Yep.
shot, you know? Like an insane amount of damage. And to me, at least, the assault rifle felt really good, you know. But yeah, the war bond was pretty cool. I wouldn't say it's like meta breaking, but if you're a Halo fan, it's very cool.
Yeah. Do
Very,
you
very
like
cool.
Halo? Then yeah, you should probably get it.
Yeah. I think the bigger thing though was definitely this released on Xbox and also, as we'll talk about in a little bit, but like the last Helldivers crossover was kind of a little controversial, but now here is like a full proper crossover that was really cool. Yeah. Oh, maybe the other thing to talk about too, though, is it since crossover war bonds are considered legendary war bonds, so they cost more
Mm-hmm.
than other war bonds. A war bond typically costs 1,000 super credits, but the legendary war bonds cost 1,500 super credits. Because I guess Microsoft's got to get its due too here. Yeah.
Yeah. They usually aren't like, at least the two that we have, they aren't like meta breaking or anything. So
Yeah.
buy
Yeah.
them if
Which
you
is
like.
probably for the better.
If you like
In
the
the,
IP, you get it, I
yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Like
Um,
it's definitely like if you don't like Halo, if you're not into it, like you're not like you don't have to feel bad for missing it or
yeah,
something.
I got it
Which is
for the
probably
silence pistol.
yeah. I like Halo in general, so I got it just to have it.
I don't use the weapons as much as I'd like to because I want to level as many weapons as I can, and the crossover weapons don't have levels.
Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately. One last thing about the Warbond though, I think it's interesting that the Warbond is specifically the Helldivers X Halo ODST
Mm.
crossover. I wonder, are they open to a Helldivers X Halo crossover in the future? Maybe then there would be more Spartan stuff. Maybe.
I feel like because like Spartans are a whole different like power class, I guess.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Oh
I
no,
don't
I
know.
don't think you would like play as a Spartan, but I
Oh
just
yeah.
meant like stuff like more like maybe then you would get a Magnum, you
Oh
know.
okay.
Maybe the armor would just look like a Spartan and its passive would be, I don't know, you can punch harder or something,
It
you
just
know.
comes with peak physique.
Yeah. Maybe then the Master Chief title would finally be added
Let's
to the game.
go.
Yeah. But all right, that's the end of August. Shall we go to September?
September. Alrighty. Now this is the release of Into the Unjust, which is
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorite updates they've ever done so
Me
far.
too. And our current update too.
Yes. This is the Hive World update where they added caves and a new sub faction called the Rupture Strain, as well as a new big enemy called the Dragon Roach, which is really cool, and then a new tier of enemy called a boss
Yes.
called the Hive Lord. Um,
Yes.
I think this update is great. Even if like the Rupture Strain were like a little weird, to fight,
Mhm.
and they're a lot better now. I think they're a really cool addition to the game whenever they work properly.
Definitely.
I still fucking hate the rupture spewers, but that's
Yeah,
that's whatever. Dragon roaches are really cool.
definitely.
I think seeing them in the distance is really scary,
Yes.
and I distinctly remember encountering our first Hive Lord and being genuinely fucking terrified because it's
Yes.
like, what do we do? how how are we supposed to kill that?
The funny thing is that so this update also brought new mission types
Mm-hmm.
too. And the mission type that we were doing the oil extraction one, or
Mm-hmm.
the other oil extraction one, I guess,
Yes.
where you're driving the gator.
Oh
There's
yeah.
another vehicle for you.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah. I fucking love the
Yeah,
gator. I miss it.
it is pretty cool.
I want
But
to
the
be
thing
able to
about the
call it
gator,
down.
that would be really cool, especially with like its autocannon is pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about the gator is it's very loud, very,
Yes.
very loud, which means some stuff under the surface might attract its attention,
Yep.
you know?
Such
And so,
a high fort.
which is where we first encountered
Yeah.
ours. We were doing that mission,
Yeah. And
and a
then
hive lord emerged, and we lost the mission.
immediately.
Yes. So it was funny because before we were talking about that, we think the gator is indestructible, like
Mm-hmm.
the car, right?
Yeah.
The car, the actual frame of it is indestructible. The wheels can break, but we thought the same with the gator, and we soon found we were very wrong, very, very wrong. You know,
uh,
between the cave worlds and all the new enemies thing, I think the seeing the Hive Lord for the first time was definitely like the whoa moment. You
yeah.
know, this is it.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to like forget that because that was like a genuine like dread of seeing the size and go just like what are we supposed to do?
Yes,
It's
yes,
a hopeless situation.
yeah. But it did take place on Oceania, though. What do you think of the planet overall?
I loved it. I love the caves. I think the caves are one of the coolest additions to the game because you have to think about that. You have to go engage with them in a very different way, and that's why mechs were very prevalent.
Hmm.
It felt very cinematic going into a really dark place. The only thing you could see was with your flashlight or with through like the lighting from outside, and
Hmm.
having these like brief small pockets where you could see the sun and it's like, all right, we need to call down a resupply and just prepare for our next venture.
And hope the resupply actually lands on you.
Yes, they eventually
Yeah,
did fix that, but when it came out, it was
yeah.
like, oh well, okay, the resupply is on the ceiling.
But you know, I kind of liked it though because the whole like theme around the update was that we are going into the gloom planets, right? We are the invaders here. Like we
This
can't pretend we're like liberators here of
this
our
is
rightful place.
enemy
Like
territory.
yes, and you know between that and the Dragon Roaches, you were supposed to feel like you're not in a good place right now,
You're this is an expedition.
and you are very unwelcome
Yep,
here.
you are not a
So even
guest.
yes, the even though it was like because of a bug, but I feel like it kind of ended up
It
making it
added to
feel
the
more like that.
hopelessness.
Yeah.
Um,
And it was very fun, I think, update
mhm.
for like you're not supposed to win this. Have
Yes,
fun, you
there's.
know?
I feel like a lot of people don't realize that there are some major orders or like missions where it's like, no, you're not supposed to. You're not
Yeah,
supposed to win. You're
yeah,
supposed to go in there and be like, we're gonna do our best.
yeah, definitely.
Uh,
And I think that's actually like a good thing to maybe we can talk about this in another episode, but
yeah,
I think we should revisit the idea of like how difficulty and like the actual difficulty selector and like expectations to clear, like how all of that like interacts in the community.
yeah,
Um, I think one problem though, not to get too into it, but that you know it's a very new mission type, very new faction type, very new
hmm
enemies. A lot of people who might just be used to going all the way up to difficulty 10 roll in expecting a clear, they don't
yeah.
clear, and there's just a lot of
Yeah,
frustration
your
with that.
ass is not getting nuclear. Fuck you.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I think this update was really good.
me
Um,
too.
I think we did fail the major order, which was
Oh yeah,
gather is it the resources,
yeah,
or they called samples.
yes,
But you can't collect samples if none of you come back alive.
indeed. And we're not coming back alive.
No.
No, no. Uh,
Um, we had to stop the spread of the gloom, which is then we went to other gloom planets, but they were not hive worlds. So no
yes.
caves, but there was spawns of dragon roaches and hive lords, which I personally did not see any hive lords outside. I guess they're much rarer.
Yeah, they were much rarer, but they were there, I believe.
Um, but I did see dragon
Dragon Rush is
roaches.
definitely though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but rupture strain was disabled because they were very. They're kind of weird to fight. Um, I think now they're a lot more consistent, and they're a lot more. It's a lot easier to tell that they are going to crawl under you and they're about to attack,
Mm-hmm.
rather than just
Definitely.
like them like popping up and like eating your toes immediately.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and also apparently, if you were wearing a jetpack, their jump animation would reach up to you.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
uh,
Wow.
like it was they weren't like leaping up. It was their animation as if they were under the ground, going up to you and slapping your toes.
That's funny.
Um,
That's really funny.
we successfully stopped the spread of the gloom, although I don't know how we did that by killing stuff. Um,
That was in the I think the next major order, I think.
oh, okay.
That was the same one where it was the first expedition.
Yeah. And then release of Dust Devils, which one day we'll do a review of.
Yes. Yes. Oh, but real quick though, what do you think?
Fun.
Fun? Yeah, I agree.
Good mix of
I
vibes and viability.
I
Success.
agree. Definitely.
Um,
I really like the War Bond. I really think the theme around Dune was really cool. I think, it was a war bond that launched without insane controversy is a very, very good achievement for Helldivers.
yeah.
Although it's weird because the controversy came later. I think we could have an entire episode just talking about the Coyote and
Hmm.
its brief but very complicated history already. And yeah, I think we could have a whole episode talking about just that.
My controversial
um,
opinion is I don't even think the Coyote's that good.
you know, I think it's pretty good, but I think
like it's
auto
not.
rifle or assault rifles in general in Helldivers are not great.
I
So
so I think it just doesn't do anything like that special. Like it's nothing to like write home about. It
I
just
think
looks cool and sets enemies on fire.
that is the cool thing. And we were talking about this a little bit yesterday. I would be really curious to see what is the actual damage distribution total between like when you start shooting at something
Hmm.
till it dies. Is most of the damage coming from? I imagine most of the damage is coming from the bullet,
Yeah,
not the fire. And so like the fire at that point is just like a cool cosmetic effect, pretty much.
yeah. Like
But
okay, you could maybe finish off like an alpha commander while you're running away or something.
yeah, yeah. I
It
I
looks
agree that
cool.
it's not like the most like oh my god
Hmm.
insane thing. It's just fun. It's just a fun
Yeah,
primer to use, I think.
the
Uh,
weapon
it,
itself looks really cool too.
yeah, and the fire. One thing the fire damage does do is that you can ignite targets with heavy armor penetration, I believe, and the like, or it can damage heavy armor parts. So that part is nice, but the actual rifle itself is like it is I would describe it as the best of the average.
Yes,
You
I
know,
think there are better assault rifles than it.
really.
I think the base liberator is better.
That's fair though. That's You'll have to tell me more about that later.
There's people firing off fireworks a day before New Year's. I think
Getting ready.
they're dead. Yeah, I guess so.
Getting ready. They heard
Um.
the coyote mention.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
But
let's see.
the other things in the Warbond were like the stratagems, which were pretty good. The solo silo had to get a buff later, but it's pretty good too.
I
It is
disagree.
not it is not the ultimatum.
Yeah,
Don't expect that.
I disagree with the way it was buffed, but I do not mind. It's still very fun to use.
Mm. Then there was also the pineapple, which
I think
I feel like
it's better now, but it it's just a grenade.
yeah, what it does, it feels like, it's a crowd control grenade. Well, there's already like five of those.
hmm
So but it's also like it's not bad. It's fine.
No, it's if you
Yeah.
want the radius of a dynamite,
Mhm.
but have more inventory
Yeah,
is the way I think about it.
that's a good way to think about
Uh,
it, I think.
you don't have the damage, but you have the radius and more to throw.
Yeah, yeah. The spear gun and the expendable napalm came with that too, and both of those are pretty cool. They
hmm
fulfill, I think, a pretty interesting fantasy, and they're pretty good at the spear gun is like
I think a sleeper
stronger than
hit.
you think.
Yes, it is a
Yes,
silent weapon.
yes,
It's a stealth weapon. You can one shot stealth a Hulk in the face.
and release gas for the surrounding units.
Yeah, and they'll be like, "What the fuck? What's happening?" Oh.
The spear gun is one of the weapons that I think prove just a lesson in life in general that, you can't judge a book by its cover. If you just read the stats of it,
hmm
it's like, okay, I guess. But when you actually use it
Yeah,
and you spend like a little bit, like giving it a genuine chance, it's like, oh, I see now. You know?
give that man a chance.
Yeah,
I mean, not a
yeah,
man, the spear gun.
yeah.
Uh,
Expendable napalm, I'd say it's good. Like
it
it is no, like it's good. I think it could
yeah
use a cooldown reduction, but like it's pretty good. Yeah.
yeah no like it is expendable and it does throw napalm. And if
Yes.
you like napalm, you're gonna like it.
It is like a wider range than I thought it would be,
Yeah. Oh,
too.
it's huge and also
Yeah.
very susceptible to misfires and like
Yes.
maybe you hit the side of a wall wrong and all the napalm comes bouncing back at
True.
you.
Yeah. It has like a much heavier drag, like,
hmm
but it is like don't like I feel like I'm underselling it. It is very cool. It's a very cool
Yes.
weapon. Um, definitely very fun.
hmm
But yeah,
Um,
that's Dust Devils though.
should we quickly go through November since it was mostly just major order
Yeah.
stuff, nothing added
Yeah.
really.
Oh, one last thing though in October. Um, or excuse me, we skipped over October.
I think we're about to get into it. We're still in Dust Up.
Yeah.
Oh, I said
Uh,
November.
yes. Yeah. But October though, there was one major event that happened
hmm
where we returned to Oshune. The Rupture strain returned recently, rebalanced, refixed, and we liberated Oshune. We turned it into a planetary refinery for the newly discovered E711 element. Uh, Returning to Osha Une, you got to see the rupture strain once again, and you said you're saying that like you feel like it's a lot better now.
Yes, much, much.
That's good. That's good. Um, there was also this time the Terminids were even more ready for us because there were more Hive Lords and more
hmm
Impalers.
hmm
This is also when we got our kill the Hive Lord major order or minor order too.
I thought
And it's
were
funny because I feel like early on I think there was like a community like it was unknown, can you kill Hive Lords
yeah.
or not? Um, but now like this is like okay, everybody kills Hive Lords, everybody can get their kill. It's really cool because it's not marked as an objective in a mission or on the map, but you
hmm
do get a unique like victory fanfare
Yep.
for killing the Hive Lord. The other cool thing too is when a Hive Lord appears, your democracy officer directly says something. Not even the mission operator that normally talks to
Hmm.
you, but the democracy officer themselves gets on the line.
Good fucking luck, buddy.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what they say. Yeah. But you do have a unique little fanfare for killing the Hive Lord, and
Yep.
yeah, it's very cool.
Can't
But
wait.
Oceania was liberated.
Can't wait to see the equivalents for the other factions.
Yes, yes. And Helldivers 1, like the automatons have like a
It was,
massive factory tank, right?
it was like a super tank.
Yeah,
And I wonder if they're gonna do that again or something different.
yeah.
Um,
I wouldn't be so opposed if they tried something different, but I think they should bring it back at least so that you can like re-experience it, but maybe have like something new later down the line.
because I feel like we already have like
The walkers.
yeah, the factory striders,
Yeah,
and I feel like those fulfill that kind of like fantasy of like a walking tank factory. I
definitely.
kind of want to see like a super airship.
That would be cool. That'd be very cool, yeah. We could see hints of that, seeing that like they did take time to rebalance the Leviathans. They made
Mm-hmm.
them more susceptible to damage, so
Mm-hmm.
because maybe they want to keep the idea of fighting heavy capital ships in
Yeah,
mind. Yeah,
so I hope so.
hopefully.
Um,
But then November, or excuse me, the Kill Hive Lords didn't come till November. Excuse
yeah.
me. Yeah.
Um, it was mostly just major orders and ARG stuff in November.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were gonna kill all the Hive Lords in time.
Yeah.
We did. That was cool.
Yeah.
Um, we got the second part of the ARG dissident ARG,
Hmm.
where random people were scanned for dissidents.
Hmm. If you're in the Helldivers Discord.
Yes, I didn't get it because I'm a model citizen.
No, no, you
Um,
did not. I didn't get it either.
yeah, well, you're a fire safety officer, of course,
True. True.
and I'm a sheriff. You know, no one would ever suspect me.
Exactly. But you
Um,
know who was suspected?
Major truth.
No,
Oh, who?
John Helldiver.
Wait, really?
No, I'm not joking. A Discord account by the name of John Helldiver was marked for dissidents.
Nah.
Yes. Yes.
That's really funny.
I think Pilstedt's like the CEO or former CEO of Arrowhead, sort of still one of the leaders of Arrowhead,
Yeah.
um, had his account marked for
No.
dissidents too. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, there was that one wasn't like a huge event, like it was just like this cool thing that was happening on the
Hmm.
side.
We wouldn't see
Um
what it resolved into later.
yeah, like we had said earlier, this dissident plot is still ongoing, so where it goes, we'll find out with you.
Hmm. We know
Yeah.
one part of it, and I think we won't see until like we didn't see what they were talking about, or what they were planning until December or some semblance.
Mm. What
Um,
part was that?
the update to the DSS that we don't know about, just that it's coming.
Oh, you're right. Yes, yes. So as part of the dissident plot line was the dissidents conveniently, once they are re-educated,
Hmm.
in order to prove their new commitment to democracy, are a very nice volunteer labor force that can construct a lot very quickly through total volunteering.
Yeah.
Um, and one of the objectives of the last major order was to hunt down dissidents, but also to uh, create a
Volunteer
a
force.
at the center of for the confinement of dissidents
Hmm.
on a foyer bay. And eventually, this would become a labor force for something that we'll probably find out in the new year.
Yep, some kind of upgrade to the DSS.
Yes.
I hope it's like whatever clan equivalent is that I feel like has been like talked about in the community for 2 years now.
It was mentioned by Pilstead in in his Democratic conversation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I did not realize.
Well, he didn't say like for sure it's coming, but they brought up clans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides that, just some major truth updates saying
Yes.
he loves working
Yes. Major Truth's
there.
account was returned, and he is number one Super Earth fan.
Yeah,
Yep.
he loves Super
Um,
Earth, and there's nothing else behind that.
Absolutely.
Don't look into
He
it.
actually got a medal
Yeah,
for his dedication to Super Earth.
there was a video on like the monitor in the Super Destroyer
Mhm.
during this where it was like a news story of like whatever major order was happening, and then they have the little things afterwards like here's an interview with the child, the youngest receiver of the medal of, of patriotism for reporting her parents for dissidents.
Yeah. Oh my
And it's
God.
like, oh.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
I
Um,
still think my favorite one was a hell diver visiting a terminal patient with a balloon saying "Get well soon."
yes. Yes. Oh my God. Only the smartest are
Mm-hmm.
joined the Helldivers. Yes. Um, but that brings us though to this month that we're soon to be
Soon
uh
over.
signing off from, yes. The month of December 2025. We had a minor major update, you could say.
Yeah. I think this was probably definitely supposed to be in November,
Mm,
or at least later November. They did delay some stuff because the performance was getting really bad.
mhm.
But this was the update where they made the game 22 gigabyte.
Yes.
That's the
Oh,
biggest
you're right.
news.
We didn't even have that. Yes. They had a, well, technically it's a beta,
Yeah.
but the game will or has been compressed to only 22 gigabytes. That is down from, I say like 122?
I think it was 150 at the peak.
150. Oh my
I
goodness.
remember it was like an 87% like difference.
Reduction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
Uh, Man, that freed up a lot of space on my SSD.
Same. Yeah,
and
same.
and then the like there's like we don't know what potential consequences it's gonna have. I don't see any difference.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything either. Their concern about it first was that it would let, or it, so the way that the game loads is that it took up extra space in order to make loading easier later. This is most important for players who are using a hard disk drive.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not sure, but I believe the way that they compress it now is something that hard drive players are not able to access. Um, However, like, and I think this is something that we'll both probably have opinions on, but it's kind of the industry's kind of moved in a direction where it's sort of expected that you'll have an SSD.
Mm-hmm.
Helldivers officially does support HDDs, but yeah, so they made a beta too for SSD players to be able to super compress the game, and it's worked. It's wonderful.
Apparently, according to like Arrowhead, the difference was negligible for HDD users.
That's interesting. That's
Um,
really interesting. I guess the other thing we should note though is that they did have external support for this. They went to another
yes,
studio, they worked with them on compressing the game.
very quickly, mind you. They said they
Yeah,
didn't start working on this like a month before, and then a month later, they're like, "I guess we did it."
that is the beauty of going to a professional. When you
Yes.
don't know how to do something, you know?
uh, who'd have thought?
Yeah.
But we should probably talk about what actually happened in December now.
Yes.
Um,
So December brought with it. So we had planets removed from the game, but now December brought planets added to the game. It's very,
Yippee!
very cool. We had three new planets added to the galactic map. The planets Fury, K, and Mox. What is so cool about these is these aren't just normal planets, they are magma planets. They're planets
New
filled with lava.
variations.
Yes, an entirely new biome, and everything is on fire
Yep.
there. Everything.
If you step into a lava pit, die. Bye.
Die, yes. The inflammable passive is not going to save you here.
No.
But it's so, so cool. This, for me personally, this might be my favorite biome. Either this or the Hive World
Mhm.
biome, but I think it's probably this. And
Visually, it's
this,
very cool.
yes, it's so, so cool. What came with this to fit the theming was the incineration core
Hmm.
were active on this planet, so you should probably, they keep having ways where Freedom's Flame Warbond remains relevant,
Hmm.
you know?
Whether through
Oh,
controversy or the game itself, baby.
yes. But so fighting the incineration core is definitely a big Freedom Flame W.
Hmm.
And this was an these are all automaton planets. We had the objective of liberating those three planets so we can secure resources for the DSS upgrades. We failed that one. We only secured or liberated Planet Fury, but Kay and Mox still escaped.
Hmm.
But that's okay because like a week later, we had a new Operation Free Space where we wanted to start the construction of Pandora Base. This
Yes.
base was a dedicated base to just upgrading the DSS. And in order to do this, again, we had to do two things. We had to hold FOA Bay and Fury, and we also had to finish the last major order of liberating K and Mox. We were able to do this. Construction of the base has begun using the resources from the magma planets,
Hmm.
and the dissidents are volunteering in droves to
Hmm.
come help out. And so, yeah, that actually is the status quo for the Galactic campaign.
Yep.
Um,
And now it's the Festival of Reckoning.
yes, yes. This is the Helldivers like holiday event, you know.
Hmm.
This is just some silly fun. We
Yep.
have experimental stratagems,
We
and
literally can't liberate the planets that these experimental stratagems are on.
yes, yes. These are not for us. They're to make sure that we have a little fun test
Hmm.
zone where you can blow up everything and your friends. Although, surprisingly, it seems you blow up less with them,
Yes. I feel like the walking barrage is less potent.
right? So the ones we have so far is the Orbital 120 barrage that's been given like a stunning effect with like
Hmm.
the EMS. Then we have the Incendiary Gatling barrage, and then there is the Smoke Enhanced Walking barrage. Now, all of these are pretty like interesting concepts, but
Hmm.
at least for me, they're not super impactful, I want to say.
So the orbital 120, um, the stun I feel like doesn't do anything because if something is near the 120, they're already dead.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Same with the
incendiary,
Gatling barrage.
it's probably the most useful out of all of them because it gets the stragglers, I guess, that somehow didn't get hit, but still,
Yeah.
like, and then the smoke enhanced walking barrage. I didn't notice the smoke, and the barrage seemed way wider.
Yeah, this one maybe I just don't understand it, but this one just feels like straight up worse,
Yeah.
if you ask me. Like, because it feels like okay, so the smoke isn't that like huge of an effect, but also it's like the actual explosive of it are different. It feels like,
Yeah.
at least from the sound effect, it sounds like the 120 millimeter barrage.
Hmm.
And then if you're looking at it visually, it seems like the explosions, the radius are much, much lower, like the 120 millimeter barrage.
Very confusing, but seemingly experimental with maybe like
Yeah.
another um, stratagem that they might add in the future.
Yeah. And ultimately it's just like a fun, like silly
Yeah.
event for the holidays.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Uh,
Last thing that happened in December. We had two War Bonds release. Or sort of.
yes. Well, Python Commandos came out like early in the
Yes.
month, and
Hmm.
then Righteous Revenants came out. in the second half.
Yeah. Let's start with Python Commandos.
This one, I think, passes the vibe check with flying color.
Mhm.
It's passing so hard I became a smoker for a second.
Yes.
Um, but in terms of viability, falls pretty flat, unfortunately.
I think this one is definitely fantasy-led Warbond.
Mm-hmm.
You have the big thing from it, the maxi gun.
I love it. It's
It's the
kind of
minigun.
ass.
Yes. Yes.
uh,
It is very heavy.
mm-hmm.
So heavy that you cannot move with it while
Yep.
you're shooting it.
Mm-hmm.
It also is very
Yep.
unwieldy too.
When you're firing it, it's really hard to aim.
Yes. But it fires very fast.
Fires
And it
very
is a
fast.
lot.
I feel like it's one of the highest like DPS things in the game, although DPS doesn't really super matter in this game. But
Sort of, yeah. I
yeah,
think it's probably up there though. Yeah.
yeah, like if there's an exposed like um impaler, like that thing shreds it.
Mhm.
But it just there are better machine guns.
Yeah. So the thing about the maxi gun is first it is a support weapon, it's a stratagem slot, but then it also is a backpack too.
Hmm.
So you're having both support slots taken up. And the other thing too is that the actual shooting experience of it is very fun fantasy, very poor practice, I would say.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
um, it's hard to aim, like we were saying. It's very slow to aim. When you can't move when you're firing it. It's just you're giving up so much to use it, but it's pretty cool. It's
Yeah,
pretty cool
it's
to
cool.
massage.
It's only medium armor penetrating,
Hmm.
and it's like what it can do. Like it's fun to use. I like it. I like it a lot. But it's like I could be using a heavy machine gun and getting more out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think there's gonna be some touch ups. Next we have is the chainsaw.
Hmm.
Very fun. Probably the strongest melee weapon in the game. However, it's a melee weapon.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think it's very close to being really good.
Really, you think so?
I think so. I think its main problem. So the unique thing about the chainsaw is that it starts medium armor penetrating, but the longer it stays on a target, it becomes more damaging and does a higher armor penetration. So if you're able to hold left click on next to a charger for long enough, the charger will be stun locked, and you could just go.
Yeah.
However, if for a brief moment the chainsaw stops attacking, or you move a little bit and the chainsaw becomes free, you have to start over again, and the charger goes, "Oh, bet
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
crazy, dog," or a Hulk, or an overseer,
It
or
also drains stamina too while you're holding it.
yeah. You can destroy a bot factory with it though, which is funny.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah, if
funny.
you just hold left click, you'll just slowly go, and over
That's
the course of like 10 seconds, it'll blow up.
that's funny.
Um,
I do think it's cool, but honestly, the thing about the chainsaw is that's where I feel the most of what you were talking about earlier, that it's hard to know if you're hitting something or not.
yeah,
I feel like maybe it could just be I don't know how to use it, but like I only used it like a very little amount of time, but it feels like I don't know like
hmm
when I'm hitting something or if it's about to run away or like what's happening.
I think the range always that this one I think is falls the most victim to like I can't tell if I'm in range or not to hit.
Yeah.
Like even if they extend like the hitbox a little past what is realistic, I don't think anyone would notice. Cause like right now it's like I'm swinging and I feel like I should hit and then I don't.
Mhm. Mm. Yeah.
But I don't know if they will do that. But that's just how I feel right now.
Hopefully buffs do it in the future.
If
But it's
they,
pretty cool though.
I think it should start as heavy armor penetrating and then go to anti tank.
That'd be cool, yeah. That would be cool.
Um,
But last thing that came in the Python Commandos Warbond was the 1-2. It is a Liberator with a grenade launcher attached to it.
it's fun. I like it. I if I don't feel like I have to run the grenade pistol for if I don't have like a grenade to close holes.
That's cool.
So
That's cool.
it serves its versatility function very well. However, the highlight was not in the Warbond. It was in the Superstore.
Yes, that's true.
And
That
that
is
is
true.
the I forgot what it's called, but it's the double barrel shotgun with
Yes.
the Fiend Destroyer, not the Doomslayer armor.
Yes.
Uh,
It is very strong weapon. I think it
yes,
I think it's called the double freedom.
I think so. I want to say that's
Yeah.
right.
Yes.
Very very fun. I I love guns with a mini game. Give me a lever action. Give me bolt action. Give me brake action. It's got to have some action.
Yeah.
Pump action. Uh,
Something.
something. That to me that increases a weapon's aura by like 10.
Hmm.
So more and more of that, please. That's why I like the Deadeye too.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
you know what I'm surprised by,
What's that?
and I kind of hope that they add, even if it'll make people mad. I
Hmm.
hope for pump action weapons or lever action weapons, they have you press reload to do
Oh my
the
God.
next shot, like pump.
That would be really cool. That would be
Like,
really, really
would it
cool.
be really annoying? Yes, but I don't care.
You know, what could be a happy balance between those two
Mhm.
is if you manually press reload, you'll do the action faster than you would if you just automatically like wait for your Helldiver to do it.
That would be really cool. Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I'll be down.
Yeah.
Besides that, I don't know if there's anything else.
In the Warbond, no.
Yeah, just I think everything in it could get a buff except for maybe the 1-2 or double barrel.
That's fair, yeah. That's fair.
Besides that, yeah.
Then that leaves us to the last thing that happened this year in terms of like new things coming out, but that was which I guess isn't actually new, but the Righteous Revenants Legendary Warbond, the crossover with Killzone that is not new, but is sort of new.
Yeah, kind of.
It's mostly not new. What's new about it is how it's delivered to you now.
Yes.
So for,
Oh, go for it.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say some brief history on it is last December, where we started,
Mhm.
the crossover between Helldivers and Killzone was released. However, the thing was is that everything in it was superstore items, so you had to pay for like each individual item, and it totaled up to quite a bit. And the weapons themselves, the gear, like the Halo Warp-On, they're not like insanely game breaking. Um, yeah, it's just like, oh cool, I can play Killzone in Helldivers, right? That one was super controversial because admittedly, it was a very expensive crossover
Mm.
compared to the price of a war bond. So, and the other thing too is that it was a limited time because the superstore rotates. So it's not like you could even say, okay, I'll just wait a whole bunch of time to save up for it because you
Mhm.
didn't. I don't even actually because I don't know since this never happened, but we never knew if crossover items would rerun
Yeah.
in the superstore. So what they ended up doing was they had the crossover released in two waves. The first wave, they kept it up for I think like 2 or 3 weeks in the superstore to give everybody a chance to buy it who hasn't yet. The second wave was given out for free. Now that brings us to today, where because since then all the Killzone items had disappeared after that 2 to 3 week period where you could buy the first wave of stuff.
Mhm.
Now they brought it back as a actual war bond, and it was released to all players. You can log in and buy it right now. Or if you've bought at least one item from the Superstore, any one item from the Superstore, you automatically get access to the entire war bond. So like the smallest thing, which is like the player title, right?
Mm-hmm.
That gives you access. If you just bought that, you have access to the entire war bond.
I got everything. Fuck.
Yes, me too. Me too. So for us, like the only thing that comes out of the war bond, and for anybody else, if you already do own stuff in it, you get like new skins for
Mm-hmm.
your vehicles, which are cool. But like, you know, yeah. Um, I think it's cool that they brought it back for the rest of the community, and I've seen a lot of people talk about like feeling like kind of like their decision was almost like disrespected by Helldivers because like or by Arrowhead because like oh well I paid for this, now it's for free, like how dare you do that to me and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that, which I get where that comes from. I guess I get where that
Yeah.
comes from, but like if you ask me personally, the more people that can have fun, the better. Like I do not need my personal pride sated at the expense of other people not able to have fun, you know?
Yeah. Like it's not even that good.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. I think it's mainly like the money, like, oh, I spent like 30 or $40 or however much everything costs, and it's like yeah, I get that, but you also bought that a year ago and you've had access to it for a year. And
Yeah.
like honestly, like, come on, dude, it's not that serious, you know?
Yeah. It's whatever.
Yeah. And
It's
the main benefit is now more people can have it. Like,
yeah.
are you really upset about the more people can have
Fuck!
like,
There's less FOMO. I'm gonna shit
yes,
myself.
literally, literally. But so yeah, it's hard to say much about the Killzone Warband because I feel like at least for me, it's already been in the game for a year now.
Yeah.
But it is my lasting sentiment for players who weren't playing. It's super super cool that Arrowhead did that, and I think having that type of community relationship to Arrowhead where there's a lot of gifts, I guess you could say. It's not gifts though, because like you did pay for the game, but like you know what I mean. Where there's like a lot of, especially compared to other live service games, a lot of generosity
Freedoms.
from
Yeah.
Arrowheads. Yeah.
For sure.
Um, we should have an episode one day about the monetization of Helldivers. That'd be an interesting topic.
Could be a good democratic debate.
I suspect we don't have a lot to debate
Oh
over
yeah.
though on that topic. I
We
suspect we're probably both pretty happy with it.
we could debate
Um,
existence.
true, true. But with that though, that is a year of Helldivers.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
what would you grade the year
uh,
overall?
I'd say it's definitely very front loaded.
Yes,
I'd
front and
say
back loaded. I think now that like the middle there wasn't a lot going on, but
I feel like even now there's not a lot going on. Like the volcano planets are cool, but I feel like all the exciting stuff happened in the first few months.
we also had Into the Unjust though in August.
Yeah, I guess that would be the middle of the year.
Yeah,
Um, I feel like it kind of petered off after the middle.
that's fair though.
But
That's
I'd say
fair.
it's like a good 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
Really, really
Uh,
good additions to the game. There's not really something that was like this made the game worse. Um,
perhaps depending on your experience too. Perhaps the technical side of it though.
yes, it was very, very rough to play. In
Yeah,
terms of like technical stuff, but like in terms of like things working as intended, it was great. And then
definitely. Yeah,
they did spend like the last bit of the year fixing that.
definitely. Yeah.
What about you?
Um, for me personally, like in my mind, they delivered a lot to us.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of it, actually, you could say all of it is free too,
Yeah.
because even for the super or the war bond stuff, you can farm super credits. Everything in this game you have access to for the base $40. I guess except the ship mini game. You have to
Yeah.
get the
That's an
the
extra
premium
20.
edition. Yeah. But, considering like looking at all this in retrospect,
Mm-hmm.
this was like a really fantastic year. There was plenty of fun. I'd give it a solid A minus, I think.
You're giving a
You
letter
know?
grade. Okay,
Yeah, that's I guess that's the mode I'm thinking it right now.
okay.
But yeah, I think the minus is the technical issues, which, and I think it's kind of privileged that I can only bring it down to a minus because there are cases of people who the game straight up just wouldn't launch
Yeah.
or wouldn't work anymore. And I talked about this with other games too, like personally, but I do think we should, as good as a game is, if it's not technically sound, in my opinion, that is like failure of a product.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, like you wouldn't, if a car doesn't start, that it's like it's not a car,
Yeah,
right?
it's a
But I
bug.
think the same should be applied to games too.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And so, when you think about that, like dimension, maybe it should be brought down a bit lower to like a B or a C. But like, I don't have that experience personally,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't really say. But I do think it's valid if that's your reasoning for it. Like, if one day you woke up and the game like it wouldn't run anymore, then like yeah, that I'd probably hate it too. You know.
Yeah.
Um, But in terms of content, though, really great year, really wonderful year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, yeah. To end off, then, what would you like to see from Helldivers in the future?
What would I like to see? More vehicles already confirmed.
Yes.
But more of that, or more, and just I think more faction environments. Like I think we're probably gonna get like a equivalent to the caves for the other factions.
Hmm.
And if you look closely at the Python Commandos Warbond promotional images, there's some stuff in the
Yes.
background we've never seen before next to some vote lists.
Yes.
Um, what's that about, Arrowhead?
I wonder.
um, yeah, I mean, most of the stuff I want has already been confirmed or hinted at. Um, so I guess I want more hats. That's what I'm gonna say.
More hats.
More hats.
You sound like a Team Fortress 2 player.
Yeah. Oh, I want. So you know, like, what's it called? The celebration.
Yeah.
The ones with the flag. I like that hat. It's a cool hat. I wear it all the time.
You know what? I think you should have more hats then. I
Yeah.
definitely think as a certified hat diver, you should have
Yeah.
more.
I want more. Give me a cowboy hat. Don't be cowards.
Yeah.
That's my wish, but it's a pipe dream. I'm getting more vehicles. I'm getting more environments. I'm pretty content right now.
I'm glad. I'm
What about
glad.
you?
You know, I've been thinking about this while
Mm-hmm.
we've been recording, and honestly, there's not anything in particular. Like, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's my answer. Like, what I enjoy the most is like the novelty of each thing that gets added. It's like unexpected, like sometimes we get new stratagems, sometimes we get new mission types. There's like that even like war bonds kind of like there's, sort of a pattern to them, but like they kind of just appear one day.
Yeah.
And then it's that like randomness that in my opinion makes the game feel really dynamic and really alive, and it keeps the feeling of you never know what's going to happen next. And that's one of my favorite part of Helldivers. So if it
Mm-hmm.
came to asking something, I wouldn't know what to ask for because I just like the fact that there's stuff coming and whatever it is, it'll be cool to see, I'm sure.
Yeah. I think I share a very similar sentiment to
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's a year of Helldivers.
Uh
Thank
huh.
you for joining us, everyone.
Uh, thank you for enjoying our banter, our very slow recap.
Yes.
But
But
nonetheless,
hey, this was a whole year though. This
oh
was a
yeah.
whole year.
Uh, I'm pretty excited for the future. I think
Me
the
too.
game is very we're in a bit of a lull, but I think we're gonna get some big drops in the new year.
Yeah. And we will see you then to be on the
Yep.
front lines with you.
Uh, Goodbye, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Wow.